Okay, been a while. It's been a while. I have awoken from my turkey coma from Thursday. Whew, that was some good fucking turkey. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving if you're an American or Canadian, even though the Canadians had their Thanksgiving, I believe, a week or two earlier than us. Eh, maybe they're just trying to be nice like us and go, "Oh, hey, we'll have Thanksgiving with you, eh?" And they have Thanksgiving on the 23rd, the last Thursday, as I remember it, the last Thursday of every November. Maybe they do that sometimes. Who knows? I don't, because I'm an ignorant American, and I'm showing it by not knowing like how Thanksgiving works. To make myself sound even more ignorant, I was actually ranting and raving uh, Friday when I went to work. We were driving down the street. I'm like, why the fuck do Canadians have a Thanksgiving? Like, I've never like I've never heard any of the stories like we did. Like, you don't hear about the Puritans in Canada slowly starving to death and freezing here in New England's weather. And they were thankful for the Native Americans for helping them survive the winter, hence Thanksgiving. And then they killed him accidentally or on purpose, we don't know, by smallpox. Like, I don't hear stuff about that. Turkey's like Ben Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird of the United States. Why isn't it the national bird for the fucking Canadians? Huh? Huh? Exactly. Exactly. Fucking Canadians do not deserve a Thanksgiving until I see irrefutable proof where I can go, okay, all right, yeah, you guys can have your Thanksgiving. My theory, my fucking conspiracy theory is that the Canadians are trying to emulate Americans in a defensive action. They know that we're a bunch of homicidal maniacs with guns. Like, we have a bigger border with Canada than Mexico, and Mexico's in some ways crazier than us. Like, we don't have roaming cartels, which are like, scooping up politicians and fucking killing them in the desert and burying them in like, shallow mass graves. Like, we're not doing that, at least, kind of, I hope. But like, North America is like a gradient. It's fucking insane, then crazy, and then nice. Like, that's how I see the gradient. So Mexico is insane, then we're fucking crazy, and then Canada's the nice, like, the good child. And so Canada's government was sitting there one day, probably in 1812 or after the War of 1812, and they're like, fuck. Oh God. These Americans are fucking insane. They have guns everywhere. They have guns, they're making cannons, building ships, like they're just they're just wantonly killing and raping the fucking natives. Like, this is insane. Like, what can we do? What can we do to protect ourselves? And one of the fucking parliament members is like, maybe we can have Thanksgiving too. That's brilliant. We will emulate our southern cousins, our neighbors, and they'll be like, oh, they believe in what we believe in. They worship they have Christmas. Oh, well, that they sound like nice people. Oh, they have Thanksgiving too. We're like brothers. We won't homicidally kill them. Also, hey, Stan. And yes, if you want to ask a few Canadians, that's fine. I just find it a little find it a little confusing. Oh God, you do not know, Dan. I made a 32. It was a 32 and point something pound turkey. fucking heavy. That bird, holy fuck! I would have loved to seen how big she were, or he. I don't know, but I would love to have seen that bird alive just to see like how fucking big it was. Because good god, I sliced up because I cut fucking Thursday night. Completely trimmed the whole damn thing. Uh, the right breast of this fucking turkey would not end. Like I was eating the right side of the turkey, except for the drums and wings. I hate drumsticks and I hate wings. I'm all about the breast and that dark meat. And so I cut off like a good inch and a half slices, like 5 times, because I had 6 plates. So I'm cutting and I'm cutting and I'm like, why, boy, I really hope I don't cut. I hope I don't have to dip in on the other side because I got to save that for the rest of the fucking week and to give some to my father. And then probably the fourth plate in or the fifth plate, I realized I've been cutting like half-inch to an inch thick slices. And I'm not talking like they're little rinky dinky slices. I'm talking probably 3 inch, wait, nope, that's way bigger than that. Probably 6.5, 7 inch long fucking slices. And they're half an inch thick, skin and like skin covering and everything. And I've done this 5 times on the breast. Whew. God, that was so fucking filling though. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I loved it. I'm the sad thing is I am out of mashed potatoes. I am out of corn, carrots, broccoli, peas, green beans. I'm almost out of stuffing. I made a half gallon of gravy because she had a lot of drippings, and boy howdy, she nearly overflowed the pan twice. Uh, haven't touched. No, yeah, I did have that blueberry pie. I had a slice of it. Sorry, like the that's the thing about turkey coma. Like I can't remember all the food I ate. I do remember because I have the boxes in my trash bag right now. I have 2 boxes of caramel turtles. God, I love turtles. I ate those, even though I'm deathly allergic to pecans or pecans. Uh, I had 2 boxes of those. I ate 2 king size Reese's Christmas tree packages. What else did I eat? I ate whole bag of pizza flavored goldfish as a snack. Uh, didn't touch cranberry sauce. Fucking hate cranberries. Before anybody asks, 'cause I'm sure there's going to be an American that's like, "Did you have any cranberries?" What about the cranberries? No, fuck you. Cranberries are hideous and disgusting, and they just smell awful. Uh, I had a piece of gingerbread I made. That was fucking nice. Blueberry muffins. And I started cooking at 5 in the morning, and I wasn't done until like 2:30 in the afternoon. And I didn't eat the entire time during that cooking session, which proves that I am a horrible masochist. Because I was sitting there with my stomach growling incessantly while I'm basting the turkey, and it's getting golden brown, and and it's it's the fucking I gotta thank my grandfather for this fucking secret recipe. The turkey rub that he made that has been in the family for generations because it's a farming recipe. Oh my god, it just smells so good. All of the seasonings mixed in with all the other ingredients. Oh, and it was all over the turkey, and it looked like something right out of a magazine. Fucking magazine. And I'm like, oh god. Where's Chef Ramsay when you need him to tell you like this is a beautiful turkey? Ah, god. I'm standing there and I'm like, oh, please. Oh, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Right off right off the breast, please. Please, just a little bit of white meat. Just a little, just a little nibble, just to see how it is. Smell of the corn and all the vegetables cooking. The smell of basil and thyme. Nutmeg and cinnamon and sage, parsley. No rosemary though. I did make a Simon and Garfunkel joke when I had all my fucking seasonings out and herbs. I was like parsley, parsley, sage, and thyme. Oh, no rosemary. Sorry, Simon and Garfunkel. And then I chuckled to myself as the lonely loser that I am because I was like, ha, I made a funny. Good job, me. Only you will know this reference because barely anybody else listens to fucking Scarborough Fair by Simon and Garfunkel, especially in this generation, which is a damn shame because I feel like Garfunkel's gonna be going out soon. Like, I think he has lung cancer. I know he had something with his lungs because of all the smoking. I know he can't. He can barely sing. My brother's coming home tonight, by the way. He was supposed to come sometime Thursday, and they've had quite a few giggles and quite a few misadventures along the way. Uh, my cousin Steven's truck had a vice grip holding the brake line. That broke down when they were leaving Illinois. So that delayed my father and him by like 3-4 hours. Then they picked up my brother Wednesday or Tuesday at 7 in the morning. And as they were on I-78 on the Pennsylvania, New Jersey border, the truck dies. And so Thursday, my father tells me this. They're stuck up in a motel, and so they don't know if they'll be leaving that night if it gets fixed, or Friday, because they haven't heard from anybody because it's fucking Thanksgiving Day. So apparently it was something electrical, which they found out today, and all three of them are driving up here right now. So it'll be 6 to 7 hours, and that was at like I want to say 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon, like around then. Like I don't know, like so they should be coming home if there's no traffic on I think it's the George Washington Bridge in New York, and that's got some fucking traffic. Let me tell you, because I've gone through that. But that and the turnpike, uh, multiple turnpikes, because I know a lot of people will be like, "What you mean, like the Connecticut Turnpike, the Rhode Island Turnpike?" Because apparently there's a lot of places that have a turnpike. I know the Massachusetts Turnpike, or the Boston Turnpike. I think that's what it's called. Like I live the fucking state, and I don't even know because I don't go north. I don't go that far north. But I know the Jersey Turnpike. That's the turnpike I usually refer to when talking about the turnpike. But yeah, that's oh okay, good. So that's one state out of 50 that I know that I can confirm does not have a current turnpike, and that's Connecticut. Good. Yeah, the east to west turnpike. Fucking hate that turnpike. Anyways, if all goes smoothly and traffic is not bad, which it will be because it's not Christmas, it's Thanksgiving weekend. Like everybody's going home now. Like Friday and Saturday is usually when family are like, okay, well we're gonna go. Sometimes they'll stay till after Christmas or New Year's. But if all goes well, they should be home between, I'll say, 8 to 11. I'll give myself that wide of a berth. I won't go 9 to 10 like I was considering. 8 to 11. That's around the time. Now, here's the bullshit thing. And this shows you just how much of a father my father is. Because I'm not happy with my father. No. Oh, no, I'm not. I haven't been happy with him for the whole week. So, I went to work Saturday, last Saturday. He was there. And I was talking to him. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to leave Monday, get there for Tuesday, or get there for Tuesday, pick him up, and we'll have enough time to maybe like stop and get something to eat, maybe sleep for a few hours, and then we'll be here before Thanksgiving or early morning of Thanksgiving. The latest I think is around lunchtime. I'm like, okay. Monday comes. I bring in a coffee. I open up the loft door. My father is not here. That's because he left Sunday. He left Sunday and didn't call me or talk to me until Thursday when I called him. But you want to know who he did talk to? He talked to Donald, he talked to Haitian, and he talked to Bobby. 3 people I work with. He talked to them first. In fact, he's been regularly texting, almost on a constant basis, mind you. He has been texting Bobby since Monday. Since Monday, he has been texting Bobby back and forth, telling him what's up. Bobby is the one who has been telling me, oh, yeah, this happened. Like, oh, the truck, like, this broke down and that broke down. And, oh, your father's here. And, oh, your father told me he's this way and that way. And he's gotten past this state or he's entering this state. Like, my father hasn't fucking given me an update. Hasn't told me a fucking thing. Not a goddamn thing. Not any information. But you want to know what he did say? Thursday? He's like, Happy Thanksgiving, because he was tired apparently. And I'm like, oh, Happy Thanksgiving. He's like, so, you cooking? I'm like, yeah, I've been cooking since 5 in the morning. Did you make turnips and carrots? Did you are you making homemade stuffing? Are you making plenty enough? Like, are you making plenty of mashed potatoes, carrots, corn, and all the vegetables? Do you have butternut squash? And I'm like, I have a 30-pound bag of potatoes. I've used half of it. If I run out, I will just use the other half to make more. I have about 6 pounds of each vegetable because, I like to have a lot. The only thing I did not grab, which I forgot to, was the turnips, the squash, and some Pillsbury Doughboy croissant containers to make croissants. Oh, I can't believe you. I can't believe you forgot the turnip and squash. And that's when it clicked into my head. That's when my mood went from, oh, thank God, I'm actually talking to my father, my biological fucking creator, or one of my biological creators. Thank goodness I get to talk to him. That's when it finally clicked into my head. This motherfucker expects me to cook him Thanksgiving dinner. Like, I'm not cooking this specifically for him. I went out, I bought all the groceries, which was quite expensive, I might add. Bought it all, carried it all back to here, and I have been slaving over stove, oven, and pot, pan and bowl, mixing, baking, cooking, seasoning, sautéing, everything. I've been cooking. I was cooking. Oh God. Between 9 to 9.5 hours. And I was going to give him half of this, half of a 32-pound turkey. That's counting drums and wings. I was going to give him half of everything I made, not because it was required of me. It's not like he has imposed a tithe on my food production. It's not taxation. It's because it's family love. It's love. It's I am just that kind of I'm just a nice person. I am just a caring, nice person to my family, to the family that actually means something to me. And I'm like, it was a lot more than 60. It probably I'd say it was double that for me, Sten. It was double that for me. For the cost. At least. But it's like I've always had a Thanksgiving dinner with my family. And so my father has no way of cooking. And so I'm like, yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna make fucking Thanksgiving dinner, and I'll bring you a big plethora of fucking Tupperware containers. I had to, and here's the other thing, Stan. The double it is for the food. That's not counting the new Tupperware I had to buy because I'm running low on Tupperware because my father has all of my Tupperware. I also had to buy new pans because I don't have pans to bake certain things and put certain things in to bake or put into the oven to roast. New knives, I had to get all the trimmings and fixins and shit, like seasonings and stuff, which I don't really count as food. That's to enhance food. So like, yeah, like spent all this money, and it just clicked into my head like this motherfucker's just playing me for food and just everything. And so since Thursday, since talking to him, I have been replaying everything, and it's just fucking abhorrent to me. Like, if I don't get him a coffee in the morning, he complains. Like, I'll walk in with two hot teas. One that I've been drinking for like the last 5 minutes, and the other one I'm going to be drinking when I'm done with that one. And the first thing he'll say when I put him onto the counter in the loft, so I can like take my jacket off and then pet the dogs because they're running around all around me. His first words are, "Hey, is one of those for me?" Or, "Is that one mine?" Not, "Oh, good morning, how you doing?" Like nothing like that. It's immediately, "Is that one mine?" He texts me every fucking night. Every night at like 10 o'clock at night before he goes to bed. "Be sure to bring me a coffee in the morning." And usually, roughly, sometimes, I'm asleep around 10. So when I'm sleeping with my now, here's the thing about my phone. If you text me at like I have a texting curfew because when you text my phone and I have an alarm set and that text came before the alarms went off, it negates the alarm. I have to actively decline looking at the text or look at the text so that my alarm will go off. So this motherfucker will text me. Sometimes I've had him text me at like 1 in the morning. Be sure to bring me a coffee in the morning. And I'm fucking dead. I'm dead to the world. I'm sleeping. And then I'll wake up and it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, why the fuck didn't my alarm go off? There's a text. 1 o'clock in the morning. Be sure to bring me a coffee in the morning. If I don't bring him a coffee, what does it say? Wow, I can't believe, wow, I can't believe you didn't bring me a coffee. Now I'm gonna have to make coffee. Like that's the other thing that's pissed. Motherfucker actively brags to everyone that he makes like $800-900 a day. Well, not a day, a week on payday because he works like sometimes 12 hours a day. He's just busting his ass, working all the time. This motherfucker will not go on payday, go down to the grocery store, buy himself coffee, creamer, and sugar. Won't do it. Won't buy himself groceries. He'll just keep constantly ordering fast food like pizza, fish and chips, fucking chicken tenders. He goes down to the gas station at 7-Eleven to fucking buy himself chicken sandwiches from their heat tray. He won't go to a grocery store to fucking make anything or buy anything. Like he's had coffee sitting in his fucking loft. That's the thing, Sten. He has a Keurig machine. He has a Keurig. And I keep telling him, did you buy Keurig cups? Did you buy K-cups for that? He goes, not yet. I just haven't been around the grocery store. The Walgreens he goes to get his Suboxone script is diagonal from Trukey's, which is a New England, and I'm guessing it's a New England thing. It's a New England grocery store chain. It's diagonal on the intersection. It is a fucking stone's throw away. He won't go because, oh well, my ride wouldn't wait. Your ride wouldn't wait long enough for you to just go, hey, can you bring me just across the street so I can run in real quick, get a small box of fucking K-cups, a thing of creamer, and some fucking sugar. Like your ride wouldn't do that. Also, Trukey's is spelt like that. It's weird. I don't know why it's like True Cheese, but it's pronounced Trukey's. That's the weird thing. It's weird. I don't know why. Like for the longest time when I was a kid, I would pronounce it True Cheese. 'Cause, there's a fucking CH in it. But everyone around me that was older than me, they all pronounced it Trukey's. Because and here's the fucked up thing. Their tagline is Trukey's is the true key. So like I guess that's like I don't know. It's just, everybody just pronounces it Trukey's. So it's a grocery store chain here in Massachusetts. Oh wow. Okay, so it's like a really small chain, Massachusetts grocery chain. Then awesome. We got ourselves something fucking special for Eastern Mass then. But yeah, like he won't go to get Keurig cups. He won't. He will not. He refuses. But here's the hypocritical thing. You know how he says, "Oh well, I don't have enough time to get fucking K-cups." He'll go and get dog treats for the dogs. He'll buy 10 little bags of the fucking 99-cent treats. The beef, the steak ones, the bacon and cheese, the bacon flavored, the pizza flavored, the fucking steak and cheese. Like he gets all these flavors. gets like 10 bags of it. 10 of them. And what does he do? He gives each of the pups fucking 3 to 4 in the every morning. Every morning when I go and we walk the dogs in the morning before work, as soon as we get back to the loft, he gives them one. He gives them usually 4, but he'll give them one of 4 of the flavors. And I'm like, they don't need 4 fucking treats in the goddamn morning. They have dog food, and he'll buy dog food. Won't buy himself food. The man expects me to do everything for him. I'm his fucking butler. I am his manservant. I have to fetch Master coffee. Smeagol knows best. Like, I have to make him Thanksgiving dinner. And I better have turnip and carrot and butternut squash right and ready, mixed and prepared for fucking Master when he comes back with fucking Samwise Gamgee. Actually, no, my brother's more Peregrine Took. Like, and like those are my gripes. Those are the things that are fucking annoying me. He expects me to do things for him. And they're all voluntary things, mind you. Like, I don't have to give him fucking my Thanksgiving dinner. I could go right back to going into a turkey coma, and I wouldn't wake up till fucking Christmas with the amount of turkey I have. Like, wouldn't have to. Like, I got a half gallon of fucking gravy. I could kill myself just by drinking that. You don't know how thick and filled with with just meat trimmings. It's a heart attack in a fucking half gallon mug. That's how much turkey. Like, there are bits of turkey. The gizzard I shredded and minced so it's inside, but it's not too much, so it's not like this fucking like chili consistency. It's just little bits and pieces everywhere. Like, it's not gonna ruin your time. It's fucking gravy. It's like any kind of gravy you get in a jar, where they have little bits of the meat inside. Mine is real though. It's real turkey drippings mixed with cornstarch, with a little bit of seasonings, secret ingredients by the way, and then chunks of the turkey are thrown in, so you'll have something. Because the other thing is, what I like to do is, I don't like turkey sandwiches. I'm not a fan of cold cut meats. What I like is, uh, I don't know if anybody else knows about this. Chow mein sandwiches. I'm not sure if anybody here knows what a chow mein sandwich is. Basically, you take a piece of bread, usually a slice of bread, a nice big slice of bread, by the way, or a hamburger bun, or 2 pieces. Basically, just the whole hamburger bun. You take the bottom and you put it into the bowl or the plate. You pour noodles, the chow mein noodles, on it, and then you pour the gravy, the chow mein gravy, onto it, and then you put the top of the bun on top, and that's the chow mein sandwich. And what you do is you just eat the whole thing. Like, the bread is there to soak up the flavor from the gravy and the gravy itself. So what I like to do is I just put gravy on bread with some stuffing and some vegetables on the side. No mashed potatoes, just regular stuff. And I just put the bread in there. The bread's like the mashed potatoes, because usually by then I've eaten all the mashed potatoes, and I just don't want to waste my fucking time. Other things I like to do with the gravy, because I'll always have leftover turkey, I can make pot pie with it because it's a gravy. I can make just turkey chow mein because it's a gravy. All I need to do is put some celery, water chestnuts, baby corn, snow peas, and bean sprouts. Throw that in, heat it up in a pot or pan, and then throw that over some white rice with some chow mein noodles. Can make a stew because it can also count as a stock because of how much, like, you don't know how much fucking drippings come out of a goddamn turkey to make stocks and broths. Like, the stuff that I have is ultra condensed fucking broth or stock. Like, it is insane. Like, it is so dense that it's separated. The top is stock slash broth. The bottom half is gravy. And you might just saying, ew, no, that's the fat. No, no. I tested it. I drank it. Yes, you heard me right. I drank from my half-gallon mug of justice to see if what I was visually looking at was real. Yes, the stock, what could not absorb the cornstarch to make the gravy, has separated. All I'd have to do is just pour it out. Pour it out into a cup, and it's in right there, stock. I could make anything out of it. And it's like a quarter gallon. So, or a quarter of the half gallon I have. So maybe a quart. I think it's 8 quarts to a gallon. Or is it 4 quarts to a gallon? God, I hate fluid division. Anyways, yeah, like this motherfucker is sitting there like I don't have to give him any of this. I don't have to get him coffees in the morning. I don't have to get him fucking lighter fluids, like lighter fluid or flints for his Zippos. I don't need to fucking fill out his information. I don't have to fill out his information. Like I had to manually. He broke his Zippo. It's his Ford lighter that he's had since I was like 10. He's never sent it to the Zippo company. Zippo will fucking fix any Zippo you have. You put a penny in the fucking envelope, you tell them exactly what's broken with it. You put the Zippo in the fucking envelope, and then you mail it to them. You put it, the address is right there on the fucking, on the box that you buy it from. And you can just ask around. You can go to a convenience store that sells Zippos and be like, hey, can I see the box so I can see, like, you know, where it comes from? And they'll be like, yeah, sure, all right. And then you hand it to them, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you write down the fucking address, and then you send it to it. I had to write down the fucking I had to fill out the envelope. I had to put it all into the fucking thing because he wouldn't stop complaining that it was broken and that he had to mail it. And he waited for 3 weeks. It takes 6 to 8 for them to fix the damn thing. So I said, fuck it. I'll fucking do it. Because you just keep fucking bitching and complaining. You constantly just piss and moan over how, oh, I really wish I had my Ford lighter. I really wish it worked. I'm like, fine, fuck it. Here you go. Here you fucking go. I have sent it off to the ether. It will come back fully repaired. And if they can't fully repair it, they'll give you a brand new one, free of charge. Then what's he doing? He's bitched about how long it's taken. How long did they say that it was going to take? 6 to 8 weeks. Like I told you yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. Jesus, I can't believe it's going to take them that long. Well, you got to think it's going to go from fucking here all the fucking way to Pennsylvania. And then once it gets to Pennsylvania, they then have to open it up, read your letter, see what's wrong with it, inspect it, see if everything works, see if there's something else faulty that you don't know or notice that they do. And then they have to see if they have all the items in stock and put it back together and then put it, like, there's a lot of fucking process. Calm the fuck down. I bought him a Zippo because I was tired of him bitching about how he didn't have a fucking lighter that had any fluid in it. One of those stupid fucking 99-cent Bic lighters. So I bought him a $20 fucking Zippo, bought him fluids and flint, bought him the whole shebang, gave it to him. What's he fucking do? He's complaining about his broken one not being fucking fixed. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's almost as bad as my brother. Like, that's the other thing. My brother is the exact same way, the exact same fucking way as my father. He expects everyone around him to bend over backwards and do everything for him. Like, I bought my brother like a $70 or $80 Zippo. I forget how much it cost, but it was a fucking expensive fucking Zippo. It was a Kurt Cobain collector's. It was a scrimshaw one, which is basically like fake ivory, and it's black and white. And so what they do is they carve into the scrimshaw or the fake ivory. They scratch into it and they make the design. And it was Kurt Cobain smoking a cigarette on the bottom, like they hand carved it. And then on the top they hand carved Nirvana. And on the back they had the logo for Nirvana, the smiley face, and then the back on the top of the thing where you flip the lid, it said Nirvana on it. Cost me $80, and it was on sale, and it was only I think 2,500 made, and I know this because my brother's is number 2077 because I still have the case box for it. Do you want to know where it went? A week later, he got picked up by the cops, and he never went back to the station to pick up his belongings. So they junked it. And that's not even the worst of it. Because when I gave it to him for his birthday, mind you, like I was the only person to get him a birthday gift. What did he say when he opened it up and saw that it was a limited edition like Nirvana collector's edition, like, fucking Zippo lighter? Oh, wow, that's awesome. And so I'm happy. Like I'm like, "Oh, awesome. He likes it." Of course I knew he was going to like it. He worships the ground fucking Kurt Cobain used to walk on. And I'm like, "Yeah, I was going to get you another one. It's an all yellow, like a complete yellow painted Nirvana Zippo, but they were going for like $300. So there wasn't like I'm not going to drop $300. And before I could finish saying $300, he goes, "Why didn't you get me that one?" Yes, why didn't I buy you the $300 Zippo instead of the $80 like more meticulous like I think like the $300 one he was bitching about is literally just a Zippo painted yellow with the Nirvana name on the top of the lid and then the smiley face on the bottom, front and back. That's it. Just a yellow fucking Zippo. It's a brass, like all Zippos are brass, and then they have either a chrome polish or some kind of decal or paint. Like that's it. This one though, the one I bought him was a limited edition scrimshaw one. They had to hand make the casing. Like the casing is special because it has to hold the scrimshaw. It looks like ivory, feels like ivory. It's hand carved. Like they carved each one. Like all carved into it. It's not painted. Hey, going to fucking ruin it is if you burn the scrimshaw with like just heat. Because my father did that with his one, which actually had whale baleen, which I apparently, if I remember correctly, is a no-no because it's technically ivory. But he bought it when he bought it in the early 90s, so I don't know if that was like a law had been passed or not, but he had a scrimshaw and it was a wood carving representation or oh god, I forget reproduction. It was a reproduction of the wood carving for Moby Dick when Ahab is harpooning Moby Dick, and he had it on the front and back, and it was actually hand carved. And it was half the size of a normal Zippo. It was a small dress one. He burnt it welding years and years back. This is probably mid 90s. Like that's the only way you could do that. The only other way you could do it is if you attempt like just smashed it with a hammer or a sledgehammer or drove it out. Like you were actively trying to break it. Like this special fucking Zippo. And my brother's like, no, I want just the fucking, the normal fucking painted yellow one that would cost more. Fucking 3 times more. Not a thank you, not, oh, this is a great present. Just, oh, wow, this is pretty cool. Oh, wow, this is awesome. Followed by, oh, you should have got me the other one. And then what happens? He fucking loses it a week later. And when he came back, I kept telling him, "Are you going back to get that lighter?" Yeah, I'll try and get that lighter back. Like I got to. Like it was my birthday gift, and he's not saying it like he means it. He's saying it like, fine, I guess. Like that was the tone. Like this exacerbated, annoyed, like, Jesus Christ, you spend money on me to get a special limited edition item because it was my birthday and I love the fucking person. Fine. Like it meant so much, so little to him. So little to him. But it's like my father buys me a fucking knife. I still have that in my backpack. Like I'm a pack rat when it comes to things people get me. I'll fucking like you, Dan or Stent, if you guys bought me a package of socks for Christmas, I'd wear them until they fell apart. And when they fell apart and I could no longer wear them on my feet, I'd turn them into rags so I can use them at work. Like, trust me. Like, the items you will be giving me will get they will get their full usage and then some. I will find a way to use them. Like my Chuck Taylors. Oh, my Chuck Taylors finally fell apart because like I fucking walked through torrential downpours again. Like I'll take the shoelaces. I'll take the shoelaces and I'll fucking rip it apart. I'll give it. I would give my shoes to my dog Rocky when he was a puppy to chew on. Old fucking shoes. And I remember one of my cousins complaining, going, "I bought you those shoes." I'm like, I know. Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Why the fuck are you why are you letting the dog chew on it? I'm like, because it fucking fell apart. He didn't do that. Like I beat the fuck out of those poor things. Like they've completely fell apart because I just walked a lot with them. I wore them practically every single day. I can't use them. I can't use the canvas. I can't use the rubber. Can't use the soles. I can use the shoelaces though for something. But it's something for him to chew on. It's got a thick fucking rubber sole. He's gnawing on it. He's teething. Like that's it. Like sorry. And they get offended. It's like I spent $30 for those shitty canvas basketball sneakers for you 4 years ago, and you've worn them for 4 fucking years. They fell apart, and now since you can't have anything else, and you don't want to throw them out because they still have some use to them, you're using them for something else. Huh. It's like, what? What? My father bought me a Zippo holster. Still got it. I was 16 when he gave it to me. Fucking decade ago, and I still got it. And I take care of this thing like it's a piece of fucking gold. Like it's a Silmaril. Like, sorry. Sorry, I take care of my things. If you don't, Dan, if you don't like receiving gifts, then that's the right attitude, in my opinion. Because I don't. I am not very fond of getting gifts. And it's not the stereotypical feel like because a lot of the people I know, when you give them gifts or when I've asked them, why don't you like getting gifts? They always say the same thing. They feel like they owe that person. They feel like they owe that person something. or just have cash. Like I'd rather just have cash. But like usually Sten, around this like the circle of people I know, for some reason they have their heads on their shoulders and they know what they want, like what the other person wants. So like say Sten, like you're actually a good example because I've actually asked you quite a few times. Like I've had coupons before on Steam, and I've asked Sten, like, hey, do you want me to get you this game? Or Sten, do you want this coupon for this game because you have it in your wish list? I don't want the coupon. I'll get you it. Like like if Sten wanted the thing and he was talking about it, like say I got a Fallout 4 coupon, like 90% off coupon, and Sten kept talking about how he really wanted Fallout 4, and I got it for him, that's because Sten really wanted it. Like that's how they are. Like that's how most of my friends and family act. Like they always get things that people that they know or care about want. Usually my family will just be like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'll be like, "Socks, tank tops, uh maybe a pair of gloves." And they'll be like, "Well, we can it not be socks, tank tops, or gloves this year?" And I'm like, I don't know. New boot laces for my boots? I don't know. Some long johns? Like that's usually me. Like I don't like receiving fucking toys, quote unquote. Like I don't like if I want something like a new knife or some fucking camping equipment or survival equipment or military surplus or a video game or airsoft or something that I want or books, like I'll fucking get it myself. And so a lot of the people I know, when I ask them like, why don't you like receiving gifts? It's not, well, I don't think I deserve it, or like I do, like I just don't feel like I deserve it. They feel like they owe someone. Like that's their go-to response. Or I just want the cash. Like I don't want the gift. I'd rather just have someone give me cash. And so it's like you feel like you owe them. It's a gift. They're not trying some ulterior motives. Like you were talking about how you wanted it, and so out of the kindness of their heart, they voluntarily stood out of the crowd and was like, "Here, I'll get you that." Like I have some friends who fucking they're dirt fucking poor, more poor than I am. And they're like, "Oh, well, I wish I had this, and I wish, oh, but I'm too broke, and I'm always fucking living paycheck to paycheck." And then it's like, "Well, here you go." And then they're like, "That person wants something from me." It's like, no, you're complaining that you're broke and you want this. Fucking deal with it. Like, if you don't want to feel like people like you owe people something, then stop fucking pissing and moaning that you're broke and poor and you can't get what you want. Like, I'm not sitting around going, "Oh, well, I want Fallout 4. Oh, I want a new laptop." Like, expecting someone to give it to me. I'm complaining that I have to fucking penny pinch around and have a budget for myself so I can buy the new laptop I have. So then well, I want, not have. So that way I can fucking stream games at 60 FPS and it'll be uber awesome. Everyone deserves something in life, Dan. Everybody. Even Hitler. Even Hitler deserves something out of life. Oh God, what was the name of his German Shepherd? I forget. But his German Shepherd, he deserved that. Everybody should have a dog. But yeah, like I feel like I don't deserve gifts when I get them. Like like if it's something personal, like then I'll accept the gift. That's one of my stipulations. Because saying you don't deserve a gift can get really murky. And so if it's a purchased item, I don't feel like I deserve it. Like, but if you make it, like, I've had friends, like, I still to this day have she who shall not be named. She made me a handmade bracelet out of strings, four colors: blue, yellow, green, and red. And they are to symbolize the four colors of the houses of Hogwarts. She made it for me, gave it to me as a gift, kept it, accepted it. So it was personal because it's like, oh, she was thinking of me when she was making it. She made it specifically for me. She didn't go out to a store and fucking buy me a bracelet and was like, here you go. Like, I thought of Hogwarts colors because it's yellow, blue, green, and red. Like, no, she meticulously spent the time put effort into the gift. All right, I'll gladly accept a gift like that because it means more to me. Like, my friend gave me a shark's tooth fucking necklace he made. He walked around the beach of Florida in Fort Lauderdale, found some shark teeth, got some fucking copper wire, some fucking I don't know what kind of rope this is, or if it's even I guess it's a type of rope. Made me a necklace. He was like, "Here you go. I thought you like that." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." Like, shit like that. Shit like that makes me happy. Shit like that is what makes me feel good. But like, if you buy me like a $200 fucking gift, like then I'm gonna be like, no, 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 no. I'm not taking that. I don't fucking deserve it. Nope, get it away from me. Like my father spent, I think like $80 on a fucking Navy SEAL tactical knife with a fucking hard plastic Kevlar case, and you wrap it around your fucking calf, and it's waterproof casing. So when you're swimming, you have this strapped to your leg. So if something happens, you can take the fucking knife out and then you can fucking use it, or you can put it on your forearm. Like I was like, no, I can't. I can't. Now it's years ago. Christ, I was 18. I think I turned 18. He got that for me. And the first things out of his mouth was, well, it was either that or you would just be getting fucking rope. Because he bought me 1,000 feet of paracord. Because that's the one thing I asked for. Because I needed paracord. And I'm like, it's like $5 for 1,000 feet of paracord. I'll take olive drab green paracord, please. And so he didn't feel right, I guess, buying me just 1,000 feet of rope. And just, you know, tis weird. Tis weird, I say. Hey. Oh, Jesus, tap dancing Christ. I got fucking messages up my ass on fucking Facebook, and I'm not even noticing them. Uh, give me a second. I gotta just mark all as read. There we go. Close them all out now. Also, Dan, uh, I was speaking of gifts, and I'll mention this publicly. Speaking of gifts, I was gifted Left 4 Dead 2 today. because it was on sale. Ah, fuck me. I gotta get the Steam card too. And I gotta put money in the bank because I haven't put money in the bank in God knows how long. But yeah, I gotta get Golf with Friends. Or Golf with Your Friends. GWYF. I did not know if when I get my laptop, if you'd like to kill some zombies with me. Sadly, I will not be able to. God, yeah. I have never actually took advantage of a Black Friday or a Cyber Monday in my life. Like, I was planning this year. I was like, this year I will. This year I will be just completely taking advantage of it. Newsflash, I haven't. And I won't. Which sucks. Funnily enough, I like Left 4 Dead more than Left 4 Dead 2. Left 4 Dead 2 is all right plot wise, which is ironic because technically there is no plot per se, but Valve's good shits like that, and they sprinkle lore into their Left 4 Dead games. But I don't know. It's just something about Francis, Lewis, Zoe, and Bill. Plus, Bill's just a Vietnam vet, and I always played as Bill. My brother always played as Francis. Like, also a lot, if I remember correctly, a lot more of the maps were. I think only one map for Left 4 Dead was had sunlight. All the other ones were at night. I don't know. It's just something about fucking just pitch black. Got to use a flashlight, and you walk in, and there's like 7 or 8 infected, and they're all just staring at the walls, backs turned to you. Left 4 Dead 2 was more. I'd say Left 4 Dead 2 was more mainstream of a game. Left 4 Dead was more of like. I don't know. It's weird. Like, not a lot of people that I know knew about Left 4 Dead, but they saw the trailers and they saw the E3 promotions for Left 4 Dead 2. Like, I remember fucking, oh god, I think it was like air raid sirens or something like that, where fucking you see a hazmat infected running around, and it's like a decontamination area. And then you see the characters. And then everybody was like, oh, where's this taking place? Where's Zoe, Francis, Lewis, and Bill? And then they slapped on that fucking DLC where it's like, yeah, Bill died. Taking on 3 tanks. God damn. Plus, like, what's even more insulting about that DLC is your characters fuck over the sacrifice of Bill. Because the other 3 survivors and Bill fought tooth and fucking nail to raise the bridge. If I remember correctly, they raised the bridge. And Bill paid with his life. And then your characters come along and they're like, hey, fucking lower the bridge. We need to get across. And it's like, no, we don't want to. Like, we raised the bridge for a reason. And it's like, well, the reason why is because, there's a lot of fucking zombies, and that was the only way to stop them. Fuck off. Also, the only other cool thing I like about Left 4 Dead 2 is that there's actual shit going on, like the fighter jets. Like you aren't you aren't as isolated per se. Like in Left 4 Dead, it's been 2 weeks since the infection started, if I remember correctly, and so you are stuck in the middle of a dead zone. Like you are miles. Like we don't know how far away they are, but they are at least 30, maybe 40, I'm guessing. Like 30 to 40 miles away from the nearest safe zone. And not safe zones as in like the little rooms you go to. I'm talking like a safe zone where like the military's present, survivors are present, that sort of shit. Like Left 4 Dead 2 takes place right when the infection hits because you can see the decontamination areas. There's fucking lines everywhere, body bags. So that means that like the CDC and the military were actively there not too long ago. You see planes flying around, choppers. Like, like there's still people in this area. Like, if it was an open world area, you could probably find people that weren't infected. In Left 4 Dead, though, it's more isolated. Like you are the only survivors, barring like the few people you find. Like the dude that holds himself up in the safe room, and he turns into a boomer or a hunter. I think he turns into a boomer sometimes. But who else? Uh Fuck, I'm trying to think of the other the chopper pilot. Like he was doing runs for Mercy Hospital. Uh and then the fucking military in the final one. I think it's Red Dawn or some shit, like I forget the fuck it's Dawn something. Like I if I remember correctly. Or was it Harvest? I can't remember the fucking last one. It's the one with the cornfields, and you're in the farmhouse calling in on the radio, and the fucking APC comes in. Everybody knows that one because it's the least favorite of everybody's. Like, No Mercy has to be probably my favorite, followed by the highway one, where you have to go through the fucking highway tunnels. God, that one was a bitch sometimes, but it was so fucking fun. But yeah, like though you only encountered a few survivors and they were held up or they were doing something. This one though, like Left 4 Dead 2, you kinda have a general sense of you are not far from the cavalry. Also get a notification on Facebooks. And what's the new thing? Oh, okay. Just somebody commenting on a thread I commented on. Ugh. God, my back hurts. Oh. I haven't mentioned this yet. Work. Sean's no longer working. He hasn't been working since Friday. And Chris hasn't come in all week, Monday or Friday. So it's just been me, Orlando, and Bobby. And Josh. But Josh only worked Monday and Tuesday. Oh boy. Oh boy. So Monday was our last day raking and mowing. Tuesday, was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday we were hauling sawdust. Sawdust. We picked up a few pieces of furniture from an old person's home, and Tuesday was awful for me. Really awful. Because I had to shovel probably the most disgusting thing. And I'm going to put a warning up. Warning. What I'm about to describe and what I'm going to tell you may cause you to gag, possibly vomit, or get sick to your stomach. Your discretion is advised. Okay. Now I had like a 2-second, 3-second pause. Cash, I don't know how, I don't know why, but Cash drudged up a septic tank with a basin cleaner, and he dumped it in the back of the shop, right where they clean the street sweepers, the basin cleaners, and the 1-ton. And it had been festering for a week. And I would comment sometimes because I'd get a horrible whiff of something foul. I'd be like, oh, God, that fucking stinks. And then I'd go into the shop. And then I'd exit the front of the shop because that's where the mowers were being held, inside the shop, in the garage area, which is the front. So I wouldn't have to smell it. Well, Tuesday, I had to shovel 18 wheelbarrows worth of human feces. And it wasn't just human feces. No. It had to be worse. Used condoms, used tampons, pounds upon pounds of used toilet paper. I had to shovel it. And the stench. There are some people, and I stated this Friday when I came back in and explained to Donald what had happened Tuesday, because he could hear me outside retching. And I actually vomited twice, and I had to shovel that up because I'm cleaning the back, so I have to clean it all up. And so he was asking me Friday what I was retching and like gagging over because he could hear me. And I was like, Donald, there was human shit from a septic tank out back for a week, festering. It just, even now, just thinking about it, I can visually see what I had to shovel, and I'm gagging. The very bottom where my fucking collarbone is, that deep part of my throat is clenching in instinctive reflex because of how bad that smelled, because of how disgusting it was. To this day, I still can't get that out of my head. But yeah, not a lot of people can say that they have smelt death. Like you two have probably said, like, God damn, that smells like death. Like, no, you have not smelt death. This smelt like pure death. This smelt like a carcass. This smelt like a rotting corpse. Like, it smelt like pure decay. Like, it smelt so horrible, so putrid. My rational brain shut off. And my instinct, the lizard part of my brain kicked in and was like, no, do not go near that. That is bad. Do not smell it. Don't look at it. You stay away. And I had to fight that I had to fight my instincts through sheer willpower because I was like, I have to. Like, the human mind avoids it just avoids stuff like that. It's why people are so horrified seeing a dead body. And it's not just like a human body. Like that's a common sense thing to react to. If you just walk down the street, you see a fucking dead body, it's like, oh my God, somebody got killed. But like, if you're walking in the woods, and I've dealt with this because I like hiking and trekking through the woods. But when you find a dead carcass, like, and it's pretty fucking, it's been out there a while. Like, it's been rotting in the sun. It's bloated. It smells awful. Like, you don't want to go near it. And it's not just the rational part of your head, it's the instinctive part of your head kicking in. Because just creatures in general, scavengers don't count. Just other non-scavenger species avoid decay. It's why we have such a bad, like, just a horrible fear of it. It's the same as the woods. It's the same as the dark. And I was trying to tell this to Donald, because Donald's like, "Well, I don't see why you were doing all of that. Like, I mean, it's just shit." It's like, it wasn't just shit. It was stagnant. It was pure rot. Like, even then, like, I won't go near it. Like, no human being that has a functioning, healthy mind is going to be like, "Yeah, I'll totally shovel shit out of the cesspool. I'll totally clean out that fucking septic tank." No. Even septic tank cleaners don't do that. They have a truck with a fucking vacuum hose, and they put it inside, and then it's all done by machines, because we don't want to go near it. Like, we don't want to go near it. You don't touch a dead animal. Like, normal people do not pick up and fucking play around with like a horribly rotting corpse. You don't. Like, it's just a natural reaction to have an aversion. It's why it's common to have a fear of the dark. It's why your mind starts thinking of things in the dark, especially if you're walking around at night and it's pitch black and you can't see anything and you're hearing noises. Like, you start wondering, what's going on? Like, what's snapping branches behind me? Like, what's rustling the bushes? Like, your instincts start kicking in, and your fight or flight starts kicking in. Same thing when it comes to oh god, I forgot the name of the fucking phobia, but it's the thing that people have been posting online for years now, where it's like all the holes in people's faces or chest or arms and elbows and stuff. They take the lotus pods and they put them on human people, which is fucked up, by the way. That's apparently, like, the reason why people have an adverse reaction to that and just find it disgusting and they don't want to look at it, is because it's the instinct of decay. Like, people see it and they are reminded of a rotting corpse, and most rotting corpses will have holes in them. It just reminds you of infection, disease, pestilence, just pestilence. That is the perfect word. Like, people avoid pestilence. They don't want to see maggots crawling through an eye socket. Like, nobody does. Unless you're a really morbid fuck. Like, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to deal with that in person. Trypophobia. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Like, that's not even, if I remember correctly, because I remember reading it in an article like a year or so back. Like, that's a new phobia. Like, that's like that, like, people freaking out over that. That's apparently a new thing. Like, people, like, and nobody knows why. And so, like, just some fucking regular schmo fucking biologist is like, uh it's a natural response. It's like your instinctive primordial brain is panicking because it is reminding the rest of your brain about what that is associated with. Like, the reason why people are afraid of vampires, werewolves, and other things that go bump in the night is because it's the night. For 10,000, like hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors were living in fucking caves in total darkness before they created fire. And there are predators and things will eat your feet in the dark. It just happens. Like, the reason why people are more afraid of knives than guns when a mugging happens is because, well, for thousands and thousands of years, we've been stabbing each other with pointy sticks. Guns are a relatively new thing. Like, it's just a fucking psychological effect. So, yeah, I I had to fight that urge. I had to fight the urge to just go, no, I'm done. I'm not touching it. I'm not doing this. And I fought it. And I threw up twice. First time because I hit an air pocket. Just thinking about it just makes me want to throw up. Hit an air pocket and just a new fucking heavier stench permeated out. And then the second time was oh god, just why am I replaying that day in my mind? The second time was probably my 8th or ninth wheelbarrow full, and I was dumping it. And I don't know, just something about it, the sound of it coming out of the wheelbarrow, the stench, the look of it, and just everything that was going on. Probably also because I was like straining myself because I had probably 100 pounds of it on the wheelbarrow, and it was just all of it ugh, I'm just gagging just thinking about it. And I was just like, nope, nope, and I couldn't hold it in. Like, I was fighting. Give me a second. Okay. For some reason, it wouldn't work. All right, I'm gonna have to refresh that. But yeah, just for some reason. And the weird thing is, I have come across many a dead carcass in the woods, like dead deer, rabbit, squirrel, bird, all kinds of birds, just wildlife, like dead coyotes, raccoons, possums. Like, I've stumbled across it. Sometimes I've stepped on it just in underbrush because I'm not following trails. I'm walking through like untamed, like virgin, quote unquote, woods. Like, it's made me go, oh, like just an instinctive just disgust. But I've never been like, I gotta throw up, like nothing like that. Like nothing on the scale of what I had to deal with. And most of the time, I've not smelt like a corpse. I've never smelt a rotting corpse with a stench that fucking pronounced. Like, skunk doesn't phase me. I've been skunked multiple times. Doesn't phase me. Doesn't. Like, it doesn't make me gag, doesn't make me sick to my stomach. Like, in fact, and this is probably going to be weird for a lot of people, I kind of enjoy the smell. Like, it's just a natural smell. Like, it doesn't smell rancid. And if I remember, like, again, if I remember correctly, there's a certain percentage of people that are not really phased by skunks. So I'm probably in the minority for that. Like, just doesn't phase me. But this, oh, God. Like, I love the smell of low tide, which smells rancid. I love the smell of fucking just a fishing boat, and that's usually filled with rotten fish. And like I even have to put stipulations when it comes to low tide and fucking fishing boats because there's sometimes where I'm like, yeah, I like the smell of low tide, but good God, that smells bad. Same with skunk, same with the fish. Like there are gradients. This was on the good God, my gag reflex has been activated. Hurl, just projectile vomit, please. Now. Like, I don't even know if I've ever done that. I don't. I have no idea. I cannot recall a time in my life where I've actually vomited at a smell. Like, I think the only times, yeah, the only times I've really ever vomited is being horribly sick with a fever or flu or cold or stomach bug, like just a stomach bug, and getting horribly, horribly fucking drunk. Those are the only times I have ever vomited. Oh, and that one time I ate horribly rancid stuffed chicken. Granted, I probably wouldn't have vomited it up as much, and I probably wouldn't have thrown up if I had not taken a Suboxone. Because my brother had lied to me and was like, "Oh no, this is acid." Like, don't worry, because it was a fucking thin strip. And I was like, "Wow, this tastes like fucking orange Kool-Aid." And it didn't do anything for me. Cause you know, like it's a Suboxone. I'm not on I don't have a heroin issue. I don't need Suboxone. Suboxone's not going to affect me. But because I'm not on Suboxone or on an opioid, the lovely side effect it has is causing your stomach to fucking churn and make you feel sick to your stomach. So I started fucking throwing up. And it was the combination. It was probably the combination of how bad it tasted, because it's like just tasting the powder of Kool Aid, orange flavored Kool Aid, and then the combination of my stomach being upset from eating rancid chicken. It was just bad, just bad. Like those are the only few times I can think that I've actually thrown up in my life. Christ, I've been hit in the head with fucking logs. People have just fucking pounded my head in during fist fights. I've passed out from heat exhaustion and hit my head on the floor. Never had any kind of fucking like stress induced or head trauma induced vomiting. Never. Never. Not once. And I always, like, if I feel like I'm sick, I'm like, oh, please don't. I don't want to throw up. I will actively fight my body because I do not want to experience it. Aw. How can you vomit at that? It's a fetal pig. It's fine. It's just a little waterlogged bacon. Nothing too bad. Also, I'm sorry, Dan. Yeah, the formaldehyde can get pretty overbearing at times. I like the smell of formaldehyde. I also like and no, and to answer somebody's question, no, I did not huff it. Smell the turpentine and polyurethane. Like I like the smell of both. Uh, like I don't know. I just have weird taste and smells. The fuck was that sound? Sound like fucking paper crimpling. The fuck is that sound? God, I don't even know. Fuck me. I hope I'm not the only one hearing that crimpling sound. Or else I really am fucking like I'm even more as my name describes. Yeah, to each our own when it comes to smells. Uh uh God, I'm trying to think. Trying to think of something to talk about. Something interesting that won't. Oh, oh, oh. I know. I know. Also, uh, no, no, Dan. I don't like the smell of formaldehyde in the morning. It's napalm. Back in '68, that's all I could smell. Jimmy Nakamura tried grabbing him by the ankles, and the skin melted right off. I couldn't get the smell out of my hands for a week. But when it comes to sneezing, I fucking despise sneezing because my father's side of the family and I have inherited this awful fucking ability. Uh, we have powerful quote unquote sneezes in which when my father, me, my brother, and everyone on my father's side of the family sneezes, it fucking causes us chest pain. Like the sneeze is so it's so powerful and so quick and sudden. Like our lungs hurt. Like our chest cavity hurts from the sneezing. Like oh god, it's just an awful fucking experience. Thankfully, I did not inherit the hiccup issue where hiccups hurt. Like if I get hiccups, I just hold my breath for 10 seconds. Like, you're taught as a kid to do, and it works just fine for me. Like my father and my grandfather, and I'll always remember this. They would get a glass of water if they had hiccups, put a paper towel over it, and then they drink slowly and breathe through their nose calmly. And they would time the breathing and the drinking between each other. And that apparently fixed the issue for them. Fuck if I know. It wasn't, it's not rapid for us. Like it's just one, maybe two really loud, really abrupt and just powerful sneezes. Like if you ever hear me sneeze, like and I don't make a sound. Like maybe sometimes I'll make a little bit of noise. And when you turn around or you see me do it, you'll see me immediately clench my chest like I'm having a heart attack and go, "Ah, my chest." Fucking hate sneezing. Like that is my one. I will. That's the only way you'll know I sneezed. Like if you're in the other room, the only way you'll know is if you'll hear me say, "I fucking hate sneezes." Oh Jesus, 15 or more. Oh, that's I. I am so thankful we didn't inherit that with the fucking chest pains we get. Oh, I'd be in living agony. I'd probably be like, I'm gonna sneeze soon, hit myself with some morphine, and then fucking hit myself with a fucking syringe, fucking push that plunger down, and start sneezing 15 times in goddamn agony until the morphine finally kicks in. But oh, back to what I was thinking of talking about. Stellaris. Because I have no work tomorrow. Thank the gods. So I'm probably going to be having a very long play sesh tonight. And then probably play some more tomorrow. God, gotta constantly keep stretching. So, few things that I've noticed from reading the wiki and the forums, and that's some of the crises slash events that happen. And I need to ask because I'll be doing videos. I'm gonna do let's plays of Stellaris when I get the laptop. Do you guys want a 40K? Oh God, Dan, I am always told that I'm not sneezing right. I fucking despise that because it's like, no, I am fucking sneezing right. Like it's a sharp jutting pain in my chest that is preventing me from going achoo. Like apparently the stereotypical response is like, no, I'm fucking sneezing perfectly fucking fine. It's my goddamn chest pain that's not fine. But so yeah, back to Stellaris. So I'm thinking of doing a 40K run and just doing my Let's Plays as is. The reason why is I've been looking into the new creature pack that they're going to be releasing. One of them looks like orcs, like full on space orcs. So I was thinking, okay, well, there's the space orcs. They have Vulcans slash Eldar, like just space elves already in the game. So I can do the Eldar, I can do the orcs. The Imperium of Man is fine. Uh I can do the Tau. The Tau are easy because the Tau are a collective of fucking species. So that's fine. Um God, I'm trying to think of who else. Fuck, I can't believe. Tyrannids. Tyrannids are easy to do, so I can do the Tyrannids. The only ones that I would have trouble doing is Chaos, and the Necrons, because the robots in or yeah, the mechanical races that they have, none of them look like Necrons or Terminators for that matter, which is kind of surprising. Just a little bit. Like they literally have two fungus species, I might add, where they have skulls for faces with glowing eyes, and then they have fungus stuff on the back of the skulls, and like it blossoms out into fucking weird shit. But like the front of the head looks exactly like a human skull, and I'm like, wait, like in all the robots, all of the mechanized creatures, none of them really have facial features. They're all just blank with a few, maybe with a few lights. That's it. Which is kind of meh. So there's that. That's one of the reasons that I want to do a 40K run for my Let's Play series and just keep playing as certain things. The second thing, some of the events that I've read up on fit into 40K lore. Quite well, in fact. So the problem with this Let's Play, if I do Let's Plays, I'm going to be doing shit that they've done, like the 40K races have done. And one of them is the Eldar. And the Eldar, oh, Eldar, you poor bastards. So the Eldar in 40K's lore are a nomadic species now. They have lost all of a vast majority of their craft worlds and planets, along with a lot of their webways or web gates. And the reason why is the fall, if I remember correctly, or the corruption or the temptation. I forget the term for it. Basically, they got tempted by the ruinous powers or chaos. In Stellaris, the Shroud, and I've mentioned this to Sten and Dan, but the Shroud is kind of like chaos because there's 5 aspects. There are five people or beings in 40K for chaos. There's Khorne, Tiznech, Nurgle, and Slaanesh. And if I remember correctly, Slaanesh is the one that was created by the Eldar. And his birth, or its birth, I should say, because if I remember correctly, Slaanesh is the one about perversion and lust and I'd say gluttony, I guess. Khorne's all about killing. Nurgle's all about pestilence and fucking death. Tiznech is the fucking... Oh god, I forget what Tiznech is. I think Tiznech is the fucking secretive, like, underhanded cloak and dagger fucking prick. Slaanesh is like the lustful one. And so basically what they did was they started turning away from their gods, their pantheon that they created. Also, yes, the Eldar gods are real. But in the Shroud, when you start talking to the Shroud, and you have to be psionic, Eldar are psychics, there's 5. There's 5 aspects. And each one has their own little things. One of them's of the flesh, and it'll change your race with its trait points, and they'll look completely different. One's all about strength and stuff, and blah, 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 blah. You get the point. But the 5th one, which causes the Shroud, is like the birth of Slaanesh. And so the problem here, and this is the problem to you guys, not really me, but I want to do that. as the Eldar. So in the Let's Play, I would probably be like, yeah, like have the Imperium of Man fucking things up, have the well, actually, I'd have to make the old ones and the Necrons because there was the war in heaven when the shit happened, where the shit hit the fan. So those two would be bebopping around, and then fucking the Shroud comes out of nowhere. And it's like, oh, Slanesh, fuck, he's been birthed. Fuck, god damn it. And so, yeah, so like I would be playing the game in the sole purpose of having the Eldar reach that point, activate the Shroud, and then they'd be exiles and have their flotillas. The only problem, and I wish, oh, how I wish this was in Stellaris, flotillas, floating colony worlds, or colony ships, generation ships. I would love that. That'd be a pretty cool thing. Having a moving planetary capital, like a giant fucking, like just a fuck all ship, massive, like a craft world from 40K, where it's literally practically a planet. It has thousands upon thousands of people living there. They've been living there for generations, and it just floats through space, going from place to place. Kind of wish that was a thing, because then I like the Shroud would be even better in my opinion. Like it's kind of shit now, but like then I could just build craft worlds. I could just float around space, avoiding Slanesh and the other races. Imperium would be pretty much the same. Like it's the same playthrough I always do, which is play the Imperium. I might do a Star Trek one. I might do a Star Wars one. The only problem with the Star Wars one, though, is lore-wise, the Empire controls the whole galaxy. It's the Galactic Empire. Like, plus a lot of the races don't look like Star Wars aliens, so that'd be kind of meh. And plus, the most of the mods are just kind of meh. Like they just take pictures from like Wikipedia and just plop it right into the fucking game and be like, look at this. And it's like I can see the pixelation where you cut it out in like fucking MS Paint. Oh god. What's the other thing? Can't wait to play Mad Max. That's another game I want to play. I want to play New Vegas. I gotta continue the story of Max Rockatansky survive in the wasteland. And thinking about it more, I can't play Mad Max in like a Let's Play in Fallout 3 or 4. And that's because of plot. Like Fallout 3 and 4, you're a vault dweller. Fallout New Vegas, you're not. Like you weren't. You were raised in the wasteland, you lived in the wasteland, you've survived in the wasteland. And so your character like has character dialogue where you don't have to know who they are. Like if you can choose it in your first playthrough and you'll be completely fine because you'll be like, oh, okay, they're just bad guys. But if you've played the game, like, yeah, you're a vault dweller in 4. You get put in a vault though. You get the suit. Give me a second. Where is it? I gotta. Fuck me. Where is it? See, exactly, Sten. You're a vault dweller. You're in Vault 111? Yeah, it's Vault 101 and 3. It's Vault 111 and 4. You're in a vault. You're a vault dweller. Plus, give me a second. Now, it's not just being a vault dweller. It's not just that for Fallout 4. The even bigger plot hole is the fact that you've been frozen. You're a pre-war survivor. That's an even bigger like conflict. Like, so that's an even bigger thing. Like, technically in Fallout 3 you're not a vault dweller because your father was from the wasteland and he brought you to the vault, and both of you were like kind of assimilated or acclimated to the vault, and that's why like a lot of people don't know the subtlety of a Bethesda game sometimes. In Fallout 3, when you're doing the tutorial during your birthday, you can actually figure out that you're not from the vault because of the old lady talking. And like her husband tries to hush her up. I will say though, meh, like Fallout 3 doesn't have as much nuance as New Vegas. I'd say Fallout 4 is a little behind New Vegas still with the whole nuance with a lot of the choices. Not yet, Queen. I have not. I have to put money in the bank and then I have to fucking buy a Steam card because I'm not taking money out of my bank account. I've been saving up for a new laptop. On. Okay. Huh. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. That's why. All right. Close that. There we go. Oh. Another thing. So going back to Stellaris. Here's another gripe I've thought of, Sten, thinking about it all day today. Caste systems. They don't have golfing with friends. But caste systems are not in Stellaris. That's one problem. Like, how to describe? Like, it's one of the it's probably the biggest thing that I'm apprehensive of. Like, another difficulty with 40K playthrough of Stellaris is the Tau. They have multiple caste systems, and they're all element based. Like the fire caste in the Tau are the military, and then it's the I think it's the air caste or the ethereal caste are the leaders. I think the water caste are the farmers and stuff like that, and then the earth caste are the builders. And so like there's no caste systems, and that caste system would work well for uh the Imperium of Man, because then I could have the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Imperial Guard, and then the Space Marines. Also, like, you know, I kind of want to name my fucking armies because I hate having Spiritual Gene Warriors 1. Like, I want to name it like First Company Ultramarines, like 32nd Imperial Fist Legion, like that stuff. Also, another cool thing they could add Uh, since you have a spiritualist ethics choice, crusades. Why no crusades? Like, I want to do crusades. I want that to be an option. Like, maybe give my planets or my empire like a little bump in something. Like maybe happiness could be like 5% for like 10 years or however long a crusade is, but that'd work because the Imperium of Man does crusades, especially the fucking oh god, Black Knights. I think it's the Black Knights. No, Black Templars. The Black Templars constantly. That's all they do are fucking crusades. They usually have 3 or 4 of the things going on. I could have crusades going on. Like, oh, I gotta purge the Xenos. Damn the Xenos. Like, do that. They should also have the option of having a tomb world preference. Specifically for mechanical, because that way I could do Necrons, because Necrons live on tomb worlds, because that's where their tombs are, and it's usually fucking some lifeless fucking planet. So I could be like, oh, tomb worlds, and I would only inhabit tomb worlds. I know somebody did a massive overhaul mod for it called the Grim Darkness. I don't know how up to date it is though, but they have like it's all 40K stuff. I don't know if it has the ships. No, it does have the ships. Yeah, like that's the problem with a lot of the 40K mods. The ships just don't look good. Like they do not have textures at all. They're really bland and they only have like 4 ships, and yeah, they just look bad. Like they don't have all the unique ship designs. Like cuz in 40K, and this goes for the Imperium more than any other race, the Imperium has multiple variants. Like 20, like they have like thousands, probably millions of variants on bolters, laser guns, tanks, just everything. Like they have little, they're not like the basic template is there, but there's little touches that are completely different. So like a Mars crafted battle barge is going to look different from like a Catachan, even though Catachan's not a Forge world. Anvilus is a Forge world. So an Anvilus type or Anvilus oh god, I forgot the name of the fucking thing. I think it's just an Anvilus template, like battle barge would look kind of different. It probably have a few new statues on a ship and like maybe 1 or 2 guns are in a different location, but the shape is still the same. So it'd be pretty cool to be able to be like, oh yeah, I got fucking 10 different types of battleships and they're all the same. They just look different. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Commas. I'm seeing grammar conversation. Let's see. Fun fact, and I don't know how true it is. Apparently, extroverts don't care about grammar. Like extroverts do not care about grammatical errors in texts. Oh, okay. I have to. Uh, so I have to mention this because I just brought up grammar. The the Time Traveler's Guide to Medieval England in the 14th century. Holy fuck. The amount of grammar errors. Fucking Facebook. Uh, like I try to type and I keep forgetting I have to type. I have to click it twice because it's in another window, and then I gotta click type a message. I'm a Belgian. What does that mean to me? You're Belgian. But oh god, there are so many grammatical errors in that book. It is insane. Like no, like there are 3 pages numbered 34. Like I turned the page and I didn't have my bookmark in it. So when I was turning the page, I was like, okay, page 34. And so I closed the book. And then like a day or two later, I'm like, oh, I'm going to finish up reading that chapter. So I turned to page 34 and then I'm looking, I'm like, wait, there's 330 page 34s? What? Like the guy didn't spell inconsistent right twice? He didn't spell fucking oh god. He didn't spell legislation right. I think a handful of times in in like one section alone. And I'm like, how the fuck did this pass editing? Like how? How did his editors not pick up like, wow, he really can't spell legislator or legislation or inconsistencies? Hey, Dan's drinking too. I'm drinking because it's helping with my back pain. Cause also I'm trying to be a roofer because apparently people who do roofing are drink a lot. So I don't blame them if their back hurts that much. I always drink water. Like even if I don't drink water, I don't get hangovers. Thankfully, it's probably a blessing in disguise. Till I get fucking yeah, I don't know. Like my father never got hangovers when he actually drank. My grandfather never did, and his father before him. Uh oh god, what was I saying again? Fuck. I forgot what I was talking about. Son of a bitch. Oh, drinking. Yeah. Hey, Dan, no, the roofing thing. God, I jumped back from my plot. So Friday and Saturday, I've had to do roofing. I've had to strip a roof, and it, it's a really shit job because the pitch is oh god, I'd want to say 50-degree angle. It's not 45. I know that. It's not a 45-degree angle for the pitch of the roof. It's more like a 50-55-degree angle. It's steep. Just good God. Like, the problem is, and I will respond after I respond to somebody. Uh, so here's the problem. And this is probably going to break out into a fucking tangent because, good God, did I have one hell of a tangent slash angry rant to myself today. Out loud, in fact. Wasn't it internalized? It was external. So, this roof. The owner of said roof does not take care of their house. The whole exterior of their house and the garage, which is what I'm stripping, their whole property is just dilapidated. The interior is awful. Like the whole place should be burned to the ground. That's how bad it looks. But they have a brand new roof that my father put on last year, and I'm putting a new roof on their garage. They infuriate me to the nth degree. When you roof, and I'm not an expert on roofing. I know how to strip a roof. I know how to put on a roof. You do not you do not put tar paper you do not put tar paper on fucking wooden shingles, then put asphalt shingles on. Then when those shingles start falling apart, you do not put more tar paper on it, then new asphalt shingles. You do not do that 5 fucking times. These people did cuz they're lazy and they just don't give a fuck. There are like there are 5 layers of rotted shingles and then a layer of wooden shingles where it took me an hour to strip a 5 foot by 5 foot like spot at the very bottom corner of the roof because with my roofing shovel every fucking half inch I'm hitting a nail. Just they put at least 1,000 nails. There's nails everywhere. And so I'm fucking I'm gonna be doing it. I'm gonna be doing it for weeks. Weeks. Just and the other thing is after 8.5 hours Friday, I stripped one whole side by myself. And not only am I hauling that, but not only am I stripping it by hand, but I also have 2 ladders. I have a 100-pound fucking slab of wood, a plank, a heavy motherfucker. That's why I said 100 pounds. And 3 braces, a screw gun, 2 types of stripping shovels, a hammer, and a 40-foot by 60-foot tarp to cover over the roof, along with other tarps on the bottom. So here's the first thing that happened when I took it apart. When I got there Friday, the asphalt, the fucking asphalt from those shingles, there was only a quarter inch of space on the gutters because the asphalt was dissolving off the shingles and rolling down the fucking off the roof into it and was collecting. And it's been roughly 20 degrees Fahrenheit, give or take, the last week or so. So this fucking 35-foot, 40-foot long gutter on both sides, mind you, is filled nearly to the top with asphalt, wet asphalt that is now frozen. So I had to try and unscrew that so I could take it and put it away off to the side so that when I strip the shingles, they'd just fall off and land on the tarp. They wouldn't land inside the fucking gutters. And then I had to spend a good hour and a half chiseling away at it with my hammer to fucking pry out the fucking asphalt once it started to thaw. But I stripped one whole half, and I, by myself with some rope on the tied to the other side of the fucking roof, I had to lift the plank, unscrew the fucking, and I have and I am terrified of heights. It's a very irrational fear. Like, no problem climbing up trees. No problem. I could climb a 100-foot tree just fine. Just fine. Getting on a roof, though, nope. Nope. No, thank you. I don't want to be on this roof. And I think it's not fully a fear of heights. It's more the fear of possibly breaking my leg or neck on a fucking frost covered roof. That's probably more the fear. Damn it, Facebook. Just when I click on the type of message box because I got the YouTube chat, the live chat window open so I can talk to you guys in real time. But like when I want to click on type a message on the other window, which is Messenger for Facebook, like just let me type the message. I don't want to click type the message like twice. So anyways, where was it? Okay, yeah. So when I have to move the brace, I have to hang on the brace, the middle brace I have, hold on to that with one foot, put my other foot, like I am like a fucking cat on this roof. Like I do not want to slip, I do not want to fall. And so I'm holding on to for dear life on this roof, and I am trying to unscrew the brace just so I can lift it another foot up onto this roof so I can go higher and higher to the peak. And I have to do this 3 times, and the middle's a bitch. And so, whew, did not like it. No bueno. So after 8.5 hours of busting my ass on just this one half of a roof, and I called Donald up, and I'm like, I'm all done stripping a half of the roof. He then tells me, yeah, just leave it there. Don't put the tar paper on, because he gave me tar paper and nails. That's why I had a hammer. But he tells me, nah, don't put the tar paper on. Let it dry. It's going to be frosty in the morning. It's going to get wet from the frost melting. It's going to stay wet constantly. It dried. It was dry because the sun was beating down on that side. I could have put the paper down, and then I could have put the tar paper on it, and then I could have put a tarp on so it didn't get wet. Like, I don't know. Like, I just was baffled. And then today, he sent me to do it again. I got a 5 foot by 5 foot space of the roof done in 2 hours time. And he then told me, no, you're going with the other guys over to my house to stain roofing shingles. And I had to stain the old almost rotting wooden shingles he has on his pool house. Maybe, 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 maybe. That's pretty fast as in the 5 by 5 space in like the 5 foot by 5 foot space in 2 hours, or getting half of a roof done, just stripping it in 8.5 hours. Give me a second. Get clear my throat. Yeah, there we go. First one was pretty fast. Second one is effing fast. Uh, hmm, I don't know. I don't know about that, Dan. Like, yeah, it's 40 foot long, and I'd say about 30 feet up. So I barely put a dent in. I did an eighth of the length and a sixth of the height of that fucking roof in 2 hours. Like, the other side was faster because I don't know, like, they whoever they had fucking roofing. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know who the fuck did the roof, because the first half I did of the roof, it was kind of easy. Like, there wasn't as many shingles or fucking layers, but the other side was like worse. I don't know. I just can't. My alcohol filled brain is also faulty, Dan. What is going on with caramel? Caramel, but our European caramel. I could go for some caramel. I could really go for some caramel. Now I have the fucking song Incense and Peppermint by the Strawberry Alarm Clocks. Is it? Yeah, Strawberry Alarm Clock, not clocks. What am I thinking? Good God. God, I wish I lived in the 60s. I mean, I did live in the 60s. I fought Nam. Nice save, Darth. You, you almost blew your cover. I mean, God. No, another song that I've had stuck in my head for a week straight, "Bungle in the Jungle" by fucking Jethro Tull. Nothing bad against Jethro Tull. I just want to state that first. Nothing wrong. There's only a few songs I like from them. And my favorite song from them is their most stereotypical, which is Aqualung. Like, that's it. Like, I only know a few Jethro Tull songs, but for some reason, Bungle in the Jungle just stuck in my head. Couldn't get it out. That and Incense and Peppermint. Live for Today. Oh God, Dan, you're bringing back the memories of napalm and the airstrikes. Uh, Poor Jimmy Nakamura. I'm almost out of my Jack and Coke. Okay. I gotta mix a new drink. Ugh, God, doing that fucking raspy old man nom voice is really scratching up my tonsils. Uh, Apocalypse Now. Wouldn't it technically, wouldn't it technically be Apocalypse then? Because it's now past tense. Think on that one. Okay. Yes. There you go. Yes. 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 Fucking yes, please. Time to get another drink. Uh, okay, that's right. I got it clipped on. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Uh, now it's time for drunk Darth to try and put this fucking clip on. Come on. There we go. That worked. Give me a second. Okay. Been pondering about it as well. I had an alcohol problem once. Needed more alcohol. Problem solved. See, Dan, my favorite joke, my favorite joke when it comes to drinking is, oh, well, when the Hulk goes on a rampage, he's incredible. When I go on a rampage, I'm an alcoholic. Queen is not drunk? God, why is the song stuck in my head? Damn you, incense and peppermints. Confounded. I, what a fun word. Oh. I have to poke. There we go. Also, I gotta look a word up. My friend used it, and I don't think he's using it right. Oh no, no, okay. All right. I want to go back to bitching about Stellaris. Dan, trust me. You well, I was gonna say you're not alone, but I don't use Twitter. My filter disappears, and I just say whatever I want to say. I wholeheartedly use my First Amendment rights. Hang on, I gotta put my hat back on. Why can't I bitch about Stellaris? That game, that game does not deserve as much praise as it fucking gets. Also, it's a fucking expensive game, by the way. Like, whew. Like, have you seen how much Crusader Kings costs plus all of the fucking add-ons for it? It's insane. Same with Hearts of Iron. Like, God, it's just awful. Whiskey burp. Uh oh, the phone vibrated. Uh, or instead of saying excuse me, I can burp and then just go Morty, because apparently that's the only thing that people that I work with will actually just laugh at. 1782. Yes. 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 Uh, check for yes. 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 God. Yes. 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 Oh, okay. I thought my knife was unbuckled. It was my lighter holster. God, I'm sorry. I have to listen to incense and peppermints because it just won't get out of my goddamn fucking head. Uh, here we go. Open up that song, please. Oh, I accidentally typed in lyrics. I don't know why I typed in Morty lyrics. Play me that music. Yeah. Time for some groovy music. And I don't care. I'll fucking say groovy whenever I please. I lived during that time. Aw? Oh yeah. Why are there numbers? Oh. Ah, okay, Dan. I was confused because I'm seeing because there was a one and a two. You posted one, and then Queen posted two, and then I see an eight, and I'm like, oh, okay. Uh, good thing. Here's a good thing about the '60s. A lot of the songs weren't fucking absolutely long like they were in the '70s. Like, it's not a bad thing for certain bands like Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, but then there's some bands where it's like, oh, please, is this song over? Like Layla by fuck, I forget the fucking full name, but the Dominoes, Eric Clapton and the Dominoes, or Clapton and the Dominoes. Like, I love half that song. Once it starts going into that outerlude or whatever the fuck it is, like, nope. Just I like the hard rock portion of Layla. The rest of it's just meh. Uh, Jungle in the Jungle. Jethro Tull, please. Ah, thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. No, I don't want the live version that makes me giggle because fucking the way he dances when he's playing his flute. No, thank you. I'll just start laughing incoherently and I won't stop. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of Jethro Tull. Is just a lot of flute playing. It's not folky enough. Oh, okay. All right. That explains it. How can you be out of letters but by a vowel? That in itself is a letter. Checkmate. King me. Oh god, what's oh I'm trying to Rough Boy by ZZ Top. That's another song I haven't heard in ages. God, this bass line. Okay. I'm gonna have to pause this song because I'm actually gonna have to ramble about something. Ho ho. Oh ho. Oh ho. Oh you. Oh you. But where was I? Oh, the rambling. The rambling. This is ramblings of an insane man. So I absolutely despise people who mock people's tastes in music. And I mean a wholehearted like despising. Not joking. Like I will playfully joke with people being like, "Wow, you have some really bad taste in music." I will say that sometimes. I'm not saying like I don't mean it. If you mean it and you're shitting on somebody's taste in music, I fucking despise that. I do. Like you do not know how many people in my generation. Yeah, I turned my music. I'm listening to it on my headphones because I have my headset on with my mic and stuff, so I can hear it. I can't play the music because then I'll get flagged because YouTube are cunts like that. But a lot of people in my generation apparently do not like 60s music or a lot of underappreciated 70s music. Like if you play The Wall by Pink Floyd, they'll only like the radio classics. Uh Another Brick in the Wall Part 1. Uh oh god, I forgot the interlude between Part 1 and Part 2. And then Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. Comfortably Numb and maybe Hey You. Those are like the only songs from that album that are actually played on the radio. Uh Dark Side of the Dark Side of the Moon. Like give me 5 number or else. 12, 24, 36, 48, and 50. There you go. There's your 5 numbers. Keemstar, Creamstar. But Dark Side of the Moon, practically everybody in my fucking area or my association knows that one. Fucking War Pigs, Iron Man from Black Sabbath, a few Kiss songs here and there. Like the big names you hear on the radio, they're totally fine with listening to. But when it comes to someone like I don't know, the Minutemen, or fucking again Strawberry Alarm Clock, or Jethro Tull, uh, Thin Lizzy, even though I don't really consider Thin Lizzy. Well, yeah, Thin Lizzy I'd say is an underappreciated band, at least here in the states. Ireland, I know, has a bronze statue of Phil Lynott. Um, fuck, I'm trying to think of people that are actually like people would actually consider underappreciated. Fuck, I'm trying to think. Trying to think. Come on, brain. Think of a fucking band, an obscure fucking band. Fuck. The Zombies. That's another band that I can think of. But point remains. Vanilla Fudge. Uh, Diane Ross and the Supremes. Uh, fuck. I'm trying to think. The Four Tops and the Four Seasons. Like some pretty badass classic fucking names. A lot of people I know don't like them, and I don't know why. Well, I know some people I know why. Uh, it's too mellow, quote unquote. Like it's not energetic enough. How? Like how? How are the 60s music, how is 60s music not energetic? Like, that was the flower child fucking movement, people. There was a chance of nuclear Armageddon. Like, there was some crazy shit going on. Those people did not give a fuck if they died or not. Like, that was the mindset of the younger generation during that time. Like, whew. Um, but yeah, exactly, Sten. What is the biggest music done? Uh, the do you not know? Do you not know the cultural significance of a lot of music? Like, there's a lot of music that is fucking like classical music is held in high regard. Music itself, everything that you know of when it comes to music is based off of the knowledge acquired over thousands of years of hitting drums and fucking creating beats, notes. Like, that's actually a genre that's actually pretty good for a point. Like, I like classical music, and a lot of people fucking poo poo classical music. Uh, the biggest music ever. If you're talking sales, Pink Floyd with Dark Side of the Moon, there will never be a band that'll be able to have that much fucking clout when it comes to having an album sell that many records. If you're talking like I don't know. Like, if you're talking just raw power, if it's modern music, Led Zeppelin. If you're talking about the whole of music, I'm not entirely sure. Like, a lot of famous composers like Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, uh oh god, Chopin or Chopin. Like, a lot of fucking great classical musicians and composers. Like, their music is fucking hundreds of years old and is still regarded as some great fucking music. Like, that could be it. Uh like, I'm not entirely sure by what you mean. Like, the definitions. 'Tis too broad, I say. Oh boy, I almost misspelled that word. Whew. Almost spelt that word horribly, and I would have been ashamed of myself. But so anyways, yeah. So, like, I like classical music. I was picked on in school for liking classical music because apparently that's old. Only old people listen to that. Like, it's too, like, just 60s and 70s music is apparently too mellow. And it's like, how? Like, god, Kashmir has probably one of the greatest riffs in my opinion. It constantly keeps building, like, the tempo, I believe it's the tempo. Easter Island Head, Mountain, Easter Island Head, 747, Syringe, Pin. Are you gonna get high at Easter Island? No. Okay. God. Like, fucking, for some reason this year, it's probably because I'm finally getting old. Like, I know, like, I'm gonna be 67 this December. In, oh boy, in a couple weeks. People still listen to Vanessa May and Ingwe Malmsteen. Malms Malmsteen. That's a badass last name. So is Ingwe. I think. Am I pronouncing it properly? Did you know that that they used weed strings to pull around the Easter heads? Wouldn't it technically be considered called hemp? Also, one simply doesn't have neoclassical music without classical music. Correct, Dan. The natives on Easter Island. Yes. Also, if I remember correctly, they were made to honor the dead, the head statues. Also, thank you, Tolkien, for allowing me to pronounce other languages properly, because Ingwe is a oh, God. Here we go, Dan. You've pushed the you pushed the Tolkien button by accident, and in my part, it's my fault. Ingwe is one of the Minyar, and he's one of the leaders of the elves, along with Finwë and Elwë, and they were invited to Aman. And he was of the Vanyar tribe, by the way. Also, come on, live chat. Let me copy pasta this bitch. Come on. Fuck. Can't type in the chat. Oh well, I'll just post it in the Skype chat. That's how Ingwe is pronounced or spelt. So when I see the Y, because it's it's fucking Tolkien. Plus, I read the Scandinavian Icelandic sagas, so they have a lot of Y's, like Isgramor. God, that's such a badass name in Skyrim. Isgramor, and it's a Y, so I know that Y's are, and in Tolkien's languages, Y's are usually pronounced as an I. And so I assumed that the IE at the end was pronounced A. So Ingwe Malmsteen. It sounds like a fucking dwarf's name. Who are you, good sir? My name is Ingwe Malmsteen. Hail the traveler. Morty. Morty. You gotta shove it up your butt, Morty. Uh. Ingwe Malmsteen. Another quick Tolkien rant or just comment. Whoever, because do not use the One Ring fucking wiki for your Tolkien lore if you want to look it up. The Tolkien Gateway, that's the shit. That's the one you should be using because that one's actually correct. Whoever does the fucking photos for that one, holy shit. Please learn to draw. Please. Like, your shit looks like something from oh god, I'm trying to think of his fucking name. Rob Liefeld. Is he the one that did the Jesus versus the Greek gods? Hang on. Jesus versus Greek gods. God, I'm trying to think. trying to think of the fucking. I'm trying to think of the fucking comic title for it. It's not Jesus versus Greek gods. Like, God, it was just awful, absolutely awful. And I'm trying to remember who the fuck drew it, but whoever drew that, like, the artwork for that comic is exactly like the stuff that's on the fucking Tolkien Gateway. Morty. Sorry. Excuse me. There. Excuse me. Spell damn you. There we go. Also, before uh alcohol is pushing all clues away faster than Velma can find them. God, I'm trying. Okay, okay, back on track. Put the filters back on, Darth. Damn you. Uh, fucking. Before I got onto the stream, uh, before I got. Come on, stay the course, damn you. Right on target. You gotta make this trench run, Darth. Gotta make this trench run, damn it. But oh, so before I went onto the stream, because I've been drinking since 6, I think 6 o'clock, around 6 o'clock. I think it was when I started drinking. No, it was no. Oh fuck, then fuck. Because I think I started doing the stream around 6. I started when I was eating. When I was eating some of my Thanksgiving coma, like I was trying to wean myself off so I don't go into a coma again. I started drinking, and while I was eating, I started remembering Wrath of Khan for some. Well, not for some reason. I know why. I always watch Star Trek on Thanksgiving. It's become like an unspoken family tradition between me and my father. Fucking whiskey burps, goddamn. But uh since since 2012 we've been watching every Thanksgiving. We've watched uh Star Trek together, like the original series, not that next generation shit. You can want to, but it ain't gonna happen. I will prevail. God damn it, I will try. But like me explaining what filters mean and shit. The thing that prevents more coming out than needed. Exactly, Dan. Exactly. That thing that prevents more coming out than needed. Uh so anyways, so I was remembering Wrath of Khan while eating my Thanksgiving leftovers, and I started just blurting out quotes from that movie. And it's such a goddamn good movie. You don't have to watch Star Trek to know what the fuck's going on. Like everything is just perfect. And Khan is just so fucking awesome in that movie. Khan is just amazing. He really is. You missed it, Queen. You zoned out. No, Dan, no, no. That is not the best quote from that movie. Like the quote before that is awesome. I will leave you as you left me, Kirk, buried alive. Like, oh god, that's awesome. Like that is that is Khan's perfect way of saying fuck you, Kirk. I won. Like that's why Kirk yells out Khan cuz he knows he lost. Oh god, Stan, please don't remind me of that scene because good god. I still weep like a baby when I see that scene because you see, like, oh god, when Kirk comes up to the chamber, he goes Spock, and Spock fucking stumbles to his feet and he fucking fixes up his uniform. It's like, oh god, he's trying to be his captain just called out to him. He needs to look presentable. Then you have Scotty playing Amazing Grace on the bagpipes. And then it's funny, but it's also heartfelt and it's tear jerking. Like Kirk's fucking quote. Like, give me a second. I need to poke. Oh God, I'm trying to think of the full quote. Oh yeah, it's of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, his was most human. And he's trying not to cry, and it's God damn it, Kirk. Spock, why? Spock, why did you have to die? And then you got the Amazing Grace. Stay on target. Fight it. Fight it. If I have to, I will go medieval. I will go medieval. Yep, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Oh, God. And then they bring it back at the end. Ship out of danger. Yes, Spock. God, it's just such a good movie. Uh, Scandalous wench. Thou'st dared to tempt me? Nay. Thou faced me. God, I keep fucking dropping that. It is not that bad. Wench is a wench can cover many things. Or pop. Or pop. Give me a second. Here we go. That too. That can also happen. God, I'm talking to my fucking self. This is bad. This is real bad. Not true. Not true. That is totally not true. A wench is a girl is an wench. Noun. Archaic humorous. 1. A girl or young woman. Verb. Archaic. 1. Of a man consorts with prostitutes. I can't be a wench because I don't consort with prostitutes. It's also archaic. The second term for it is also archaic. A prostitute comes from the medieval word wenchel, which means child, servant, prostitute, and the Old English wankel, which is unsteady, inconstant. uh, no, no, not saying that. I'm using it in the term. I'm using. God damn it! I'm using it in the term that means girl or young woman. Bar wench. I've already dug multiple graves. I always do. What? Oh, that. I don't know what that is or what that is, Dan. I'm talking to myself. Oh. Aw. Aw. Well, fine. That way I won't trip up. Good day, madam. I said good day. What absolute twaddle. Yes, yes. I see. I wish I had a monocle. God, I wish I had one. I've been wanting a monocle for fucking ages. I remember this is how much of a strange lad I am. Oh god, I must have been all of 16, 17. I wanted to dress up as somebody dressed in 18th century attire or 19 I think it was 19th century attire for Sherlock Holmes. I wanted to dress as Watson, like get a pillow or something or a sack, put it on my stomach to make me look a little fatter, put on the petticoat and the fucking dress up, have a gold watch in my fucking my petticoat pocket, have a bowler on with a cane and then a monocle, and somehow, and this is probably the biggest slip up, try and get a newspaper from one of the years set in the Sherlock Holmes stories, walk into a breakfast diner at the ass crack of dawn, like right when they open, and sit down and just start reading and fucking study the lingo from that time. So if like the person's like, "Sir, are you going to have coffee?" "I dare say, woman. You cannot interrupt me while I'm reading my paper. I say good day." And if they're like, "What absolute twaddle?" And I'd be holding onto my monocle the whole time so it doesn't fall off. And then right before I leave, I'd go harumph, and then I'd just leave. Also, I'd have a big handlebarred mustache. Put my bowler cap on, put my put my coat on, and walk out with my cane. There'd be a lot of what's and Cheerios, I can tell you that much. Also, something I remembered because when I was working on Donald's house pool house today, he has a chimney inside for the wood stove. I remember wanting to be the chimney sweep as a child from Mary Poppins. I don't know, just something badass about the chimney sweep. He's awesome. I wow, wow, I'm a fucking idiot. I will not. I almost put just I put instead of putting an I put a fucking W. Excuse me. Fucking whiskey burps. God damn it. Fucking hate whiskey burps. Should probably not make it half and half. Should probably make it a quarter and 75% Coke. It's like a mix between Peter Griffin and his father-in-law. Now that's just saying I have a Rhode Island accent. Ugh. Ugh. I hate people from Rhode Island. Hate people from fucking Rhode Island. The armpit of Massachusetts. Like whenever somebody from Rhode Island like mentions they're from Rhode Island and I go, ugh, they go, well, at least it beats being a masshole. I immediately just, I already, like, I feel superior. Like, already. Oh, you call me a masshole. And then I just respond, well, at least I'm not the armpit of Massachusetts. And it's just like, you hear people off in the distance in the hills go, burn. Just yell it. Just yell it from their rooftops. Because they know. And then if a Rhode Islander hears you say that and you're from Massachusetts, they will immediately shut up. Cracking my fingers. I can't. Ugh. God, I can't. I'm not from the Boston area. I cannot do Boston accents. Like, forcing it would just not make it genuine. Like, you need a genuine Bostonian. And those are, and what word do you want me to say? Wait. No. We're bargaining on this one. We're bargaining on this one. We're bargaining on this. What do I get in return for demeaning myself sounding like a Bostonian? I've been told I have a Russian and at times a Bulgarian accent. God, just Boston accents. Oh, clever girl. But I'm not that drunk and I ain't that foolish. I see your ways, foul temptress. Don't make me start quoting Beowulf or speaking in Sindarin. Or matter of fact, I'll start speaking Quenya. Yeah. Yeah. You say that now. But they never like it in the eye. Oh, 3 points from half court. I don't know. Okay, that's weird. So my lighter wasn't lighting because you guys could hear it. I close the lid, open it, it lights. Questions for the ages. Questions for the ages. Oh. Did I mention the oak? Did I mention acorns? Last time I did a stream, did I mention the argument I had over acorns? Whew. Was not expecting that response. Was not expecting that. Touche, madam. Did I complain? Did I tell you guys about the argument I had at work about acorns? Oh my god. Okay. So, I also have to talk about Josh. That's going to be an awkward conversation. But first, we will talk about my argument with Josh and Sean over acorns. So we had to go deep into the bowels of town to a lake / pond neighborhood. It's not my neighborhood, but it's another. Like, we have multiple ponds. We live in a fucking swamp, for God's sakes. My father built a castle in the swamp, and it fell into the swamp. Anyways, uh, so when we were there, this woman, this 70-year-old woman, had nothing but fucking oak trees everywhere, and she specified when she had us come to rake up her leaves, mow her lawn, and clean out her flower beds. Yes, very deep, very deep. And I caught myself. You almost got me. You almost got me. Specified that we had to get rid of almost every acorn in her lawn, in the flower beds. And so while we were raking, I'm quite I'm yes, by the way, yes, very. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I was sent a gift. So anyways, while that's loading, I'm a fairly inquisitive person. Like, if something strikes my fancy and I want to know more about it, I'm going to ask questions. No, I'm not. I will not. So I started wondering. And I started wondering aloud because that's how I roll. I usually will start asking questions out loud because I'm a fucking idiot and I'm ignorant. So while I was raking with both of them, I went, elm trees. Is it elm trees? Oh God, I can't remember. No, chestnut trees drop chestnuts. Walnut trees drop walnuts. Birch trees drop birch nuts. Why are fucking oak trees dropping acorns? Why isn't it called an oak nut? Oh, that's a very nice tag for that gift. I don't know. You'll have to buy me a few. So, I remember someone from our old circle of friends who had a heavy Boston accent. I can't remember the screen name. Sten does not drink. He will take sips of. He is Dan and me and Dan's fucking uh designated driver. He's our designated driver. Like, if all three of us went to a pub to drink, me and Dan would be drinking, and Sten would be like, "I'll have a Coke, please," and they'd probably be like, "We don't have Coke, but we do have Pepsi," and he'd be like, oh, all right, I'll I'll take that." I own a plane. So anyways, I was like, why aren't they called oak nuts? And thus began an argument over everybody going, they're not called oak nuts, they're called acorns. And I'm like, that can't be true. Acorn has to mean something. Acorn cannot be like why is it only oak trees? Why are only oak trees here in like the United States drop acorns? But every other fucking nut that gets dropped from a tree is the name of the tree with nut at the end of it, like walnut. Like, a walnut tree drops walnuts. Chestnut trees drop chestnuts. Like, why? I want to know. I need to know. God damn it. And so I started hypothesizing. And I started to think that acorn was a either a bastardized translation of a word, or it's oak nut, but it's like in another language, which I guess would fall into the first category, which was it was bastardized. And so I asked a friend of mine to look it up for me because my phone can't connect to the internet. And if I remember correctly, excuse me, acorn is Dutch, like the name. And it comes, if I remember correctly, no, sorry, it's not Dutch, it's Gothic for Akron. And that has an Akron, and this is something I love about old languages, like the fact that Akron, like Akron was like fruit of the enclosed or something like that, and so like Akron Akron slowly began to become like start basically expanded upon and bastardized, and so it became acorns, and it wasn't spelt like acorn as it is today. It had an H and an E. Uh, it was ACHORNES for acorns, and acorn. It's just remove the S. Also, if I remember correctly, back in that time, which was 14th century, because it's in the book, oak was pronounced or spelt OKE. Fun fact. And so, basically, that derived into Old English, which was connected to corn and oakhorn, and AC is Old English for oak plus corn. So it became acorn. Huh. And so like the whole argument was like that's just what it's called. Damn. Didn't crack on that one. So yeah, I learned. Yes, we are using Old English from, oh fuck, I think the 15th century. I think the current spelling for acorn came around the 15th century, like circa 15th century, maybe a little later. And so that's how it's been. Also, they are called oak nuts. Like that's the other word for them. So I was like, all right, so I was right. Ooh, would not mind seeing that. But Old English from oh fuck sounds epic. It like, oh wow. Mm-mm-mm. Oh god damn it! Now, uh, uh, I almost wrote down fucking. I almost wrote down a sabotage lyric. Also, if I remember correctly, Old English only had 5,000 words in it. If I remember, I think it is. Hang on. How many words are in Old English? Oh no, no! Wow. The number of words in English has grown from 50,000 to 60,000 words in Old English to about 1,000,000 today. All right, so I was 10 times lower. It's been a while. Yeah, it would not be bitter. It would not be bitter. I can guarantee it. Yeah. Yes. Hmm. Whew. Uh here's some. You were only wrong by 1-0. So meh. Yeah, true. Plus, like, they had certain, like, Beowulf. Beowulf has some pretty badass descriptions. Like, oh god, I think it's Whale Trail. Is it Whale Trail? I think that's their description for sea routes, like sea routes or routes, like, because they didn't have words to describe certain things, so they had to combine things like torch. If I remember correctly, torch is can be used for multiple things. Like, it could mean a sword, an actual torch. Uh, just just really badass. I would really love to live. Uh, I I wouldn't say torture. It would be fun. I was going to do a Bane quote, but I don't know. But it would not be. It would not. It might not work. Might not work. So there. God, I would totally love to have Bane's voice in real life. It'd be awesome. And I'm not talking like I like it. Yeah, like the Bane voice is pretty cool, but I'm more talking about the bass to the voice. No, 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 that wouldn't happen. I am very resistant. I have a high tolerance. Excuse me. Uh, no, nope. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Those roles are confused. But no, no, it's not. It's not, because I can control it. I'm not some. I am not some loose cannon. But that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. That I have an ace up my sleeve that I don't believe I've ever stated to you. So there we go. You lose, madam. I'm not some chump. Uh-uh. I ain't no chump when it comes to that kind of stuff. Uh Also, Sten. Uh I don't know. If I if I state the ace, then my ace up my sleeve is gone, and then I don't have an ace. That's like telling somebody your tell when you're lying. Like, if you tell somebody your tell, then You can't tell a lie in front of them because then they'll know your tell and they'll know you're lying. You can't do that. Where's the fun in that? Keep you guessing. Ah, again, you do not know my ace up my sleeve. Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry, Sten. I'm talking to myself. Uh, I have been hankering to host a D&D game, and the game I want to host is the fucking uh god damn it, the Commoners campaign. I've been really wanting to host the Commoners game because uh I talked maybe my internal monologue voice, maybe the voice in my head is female. Have you ever thought about that voice in my head? Maybe. Okay. Uh okay, I'm guessing another ace. Okay. Well, it depends on when you wish to hold it. Hmm. Cause oh yeah, cause for the next month it's a no go cause tournament. That's fine. Like that's totally fine. Like the problem is not until now I haven't thought about the voice in your head. Exactly. Nobody does. uh hmm. Sleeve is such a weird word. Like sleeve. It sounds like it's a plural. It looks like a plural, but the plural is just adding an S to it. But that's fine, Sten, when it comes to not doing it next month, because here's the problem. I'm not sure like I'm not sure if the people in your Discord group would want to play it because it's a commoner campaign. Like granted, like I do have a fairly long list of stipulations. Like they're not like you guys aren't always going to be commoners. Like at a certain point, you guys will become full-fledged character classes, which will completely negate like however many levels of commoner you get, and it's not going to take God knows how long. It's not like oh, at the end of the campaign, you guys become like like after level 20, like oh, you're level 20 commoners now. All right, now you're level 1 character. Like probably 4 or 5 levels tops as commoners. All right. Because like I'd have to try and come up with a party, like party members and stuff, like players. Uh, Plus, once the whole plot, I guess, or storyline of the commoners campaign, like the main hook is completed, then it'd probably just go into a full stage, just normal campaign, and like all the uh huh. I'm interested in I am interested in this. I am curious. That does not stipulate that that is a bargain. I'm just curious. Well, it's got to be a little. That's a little vague. Like mine is at least you know what mine kind of goes towards or leans to. God, my back and my neck. I still got that fucking incense and peppermints stuck in my head. Oh, okay. Because we're on the topic of D&D. Josh. Josh is fucking awkward. Hmm. 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 So, Josh has this weird attitude. Josh. I'm going off my observations because I'm fairly observant when it comes to people. I'm fairly observant. Like I'm a people's watcher. Like I watch people's. And so Josh tries to put up this front that he just I just don't care. Like I just don't care. Like that's how for almost 2 years now that I've known him since I've been working with him. That's how he acts. But like the last practically no, I've known him longer than that actually because my father started working at for Donald again in 2015, so 3 years now. So like I've known him for a few years, and so he tries to put up this front that he just doesn't care. Like stuff doesn't phase him. Water rolls off him like water off a duck, or shit rolls off of him like water off a duck. And so he like shit talking you, and he'll make fun of you and shit. But at the end of the day, I don't think he truly means it. Like if you're an asshole or like you're 100% lazy like Chris is, then yeah, I do. I do want to feel relaxed, but um, so when it comes to, when it comes to like Josh like mocking me and shit, like bringing up my family ass name and rubbing it in my face, like or calling me a hillbilly, I know that he's just fucking with me. Like that's all he's doing. He's not meaning it in a negative connotation, and he's not trying to be malicious about it. Like, uh, hmm, hmm. 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 Give me a second. I gotta thinks. Hmm. Hmm. So, going back to the topic, because now I've thought or thunk. Uh. Uh. Hmm. Okay. Uh. So, Josh, the last few months, I'd actually it's when he started talking about joining me in D&D. Like at first he was doing it but kind of jokingly, kind of like making fun of me cuz I'm a nerd and shit and I play D&D. But over time, like I found like and this is how I've come to the conclusion that he's saying it in jest, not in a malicious intent, is because he is a full-fledged fucking nerd. Like he is as nerdy as me, if not more, on some levels. Because he is faithful to Dragon Ball Super to a T. Watches it as soon as it comes out. He watches it in the Japanese dub. Does not care about the English dub. I'm guessing he knows Japanese and understands it because like he watches it as soon as it airs. I am not sobering. I'm not brain. I've been drinking. Quite I my mouth is not parched yet. Hmm. Drinky, drinky. Excuse me. My brain is trying to take advantage of me. They're trying to get me drunk. Help. Help. I need an adult. But uh hmm, trying to think. So anyways, yeah, Dragon Ball Super. Big massive fan of that. He's a massive League of Legends player, plays it all the time. He's a big fan of Divinity. Oh god, I forget the full fucking name. The Divinity Dungeons and Dragons s game on Steam. Plays a lot. He plays a lot of Fallout 4, and he started reading up on D&D rules and shit. And I've mentioned that multiple times in the case. Uh, so while and I'm sure you would. Uh, so he's been making fun of me over fucking not having a good laptop. Like he and at first he was making fun of me because I didn't have one already. Like that's just the case. And so I think it was last week or the week before. No, it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. So while while we were working and throughout the last month or two, he's been asking me, "Well, how much money do you have saved up for this laptop?" And I'm like, "Well, I have a certain amount for the laptop, and I have the rest of the stuff, like my nest egg. I think it's nest egg. I think that's the term. Like I have a bundle of money in my bank account, saved in my savings account for rainy days, and then I have my budget for my laptop in my checkings account. Like, and I gotta fucking deviate this, Josh. Like, I'm not like you. Like, I have to take care of myself the whole time, not just part of the time, because he lives with his grandparents, which is Donald and Pauline. So he's kind of set in that area. So he's like, oh well, okay. Uh-oh. I see a YouTube link. And it's not previewing, so I'm apprehensive on clicking that until my story's over. So, uh, okay. So we get to last week. We get to last week. My internet died. And so I'm like, well, fuck. I have no internet. So now I'm going through internet withdrawals, which is a real thing, people. I will state withdrawal from no internet is a real fucking condition because I just became crotchety and just annoyed and on edge because I couldn't fucking play video games and unlock achievements on Steam. I couldn't fucking watch my daily, like, I have a daily routine, people. Like, I come home from work, I sit down, go onto YouTube, click on all my subscriptions that I want to watch, put them in my watch later list, check my email, check Facebook, talk to people, troll people a few times. My battery's full on my phone, thank God. Then scroll through some of my accounts on the web, and then after I make dinner, take my hot shower, I sit down, relax, and I watch my watch later list. And then when it's time for me to pass out, I fucking have the rest of my watch later list going, and I just lay in bed and then I pass out. And so while I was at work, he's like, "So, you ordered your computer yet?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "Well, why not?" I'm like, "I don't have internet, and I don't have. I have half of the cost of it saved up already." He goes, "Oh, well, that sucks." Like, I understand. Like, and he starts telling me, like, "Yeah, I understand. Like, it sucks not having internet." But then he said that here comes the awkward, cringy moment. While we're driving down the road, he goes, "Well, I guess that would mean you'd have to, like, if you had the money, like, I guess that'd mean you'd have to come over to my place and hang out so you could order it." And my brain went from, like, because we were having a normal conversation about, like, I was bitching about Stellaris because I was playing Stellaris and I was gonna buy the fucking Synthetic Dawn expansion pack when I had internet, but I didn't have internet, so I couldn't fucking buy it. And so we were talking about Stellaris and just, you know just regular gripes I had about it. And I was telling him how the game works, and he was talking about how it sounded interesting and how when I was doing work and he was having lunch in the one ton, he was watching a tutorial or a walkthrough, like explaining a few of the basics on his iPhone. No, his Android. He has an Android. He fucking hates Apple. And so it went from, like, a normal conversation, and as soon as he said that, like, my brain shut off, and I went, "Oh God, that was awkward asking." Like, that was awkward to ask me like that. That was just awkward. Whew. And so I guess Josh considers me a friend and wants to hang out, but he said it in such an awkward way. I just don't know how to I didn't know how to respond. And so I just pretended. Oh God, I haven't heard this song in ages. Uh so like, it was just really awkward, and so I just continued rambling incoherently about Stellaris. And so, like, that was it. And then we worked Monday and Tuesday, and then he's been in fucking turkey coma. Uh, mm, uh, what? Brain, mind, voice inside my head. Oh God, now I have the fucking Blink 182 song. Fucking Blink 182. Was it Blink 182? Yeah, Blink 182. Yeah, I was right. Hmm. Jesus Christ, my Facebook keeps beeping incessantly. Dan, good news. I'm listening. Or is that good night? Sorry, just realized drunk. Uh oh. I was tagged in a post. Uh oh. Someone might be jealous. Uh oh. Oh, please. Please let me pugs. Please. Oh, I saw the cutest video of a pug last night. It was so adorable. I squeed. Doctor Who. Did you know ancient Egyptians were using 20-sided die as early as 200 BCE? Imagine ancient Egyptian D&D. Well, I can't. Why not now? You will not. I will not be awkward. Thank you very much. And I don't want to be blunt because I don't want to make other people awkward. Voice inside my head. Let's see. Imagine ancient D&D, ancient Egyptian D&D though. You have crossed into the underworld and have encountered Anubis. Uh, Come on. You give him your heart away. I roll to bluff. You want to bluff Anubis? You can't bluff Anubis. He's a god. He has a godly sense. Yes. Yes. That is true. That is mean. That is very mean voice inside my head, whoever you are or whatever you are. Are you Cthulhu? Also, Night Dan. Cthulhu, you can't have my mind yet. The throne of Gondor is mine, and mine alone. I will not be usurped by some ranger of the north. I will. In due time, of course. And I will divert all attention now. You fine with that, brain? You fine with that? You want me to just talk to you? Voice inside my head? I mean, I ramble enough as it is. Yeah. Well, not technically. But that would mean I am a man of the West. So I am of the Adine. I am. I'm like Aragorn, but not as good looking or rugged. Aw, that sucks. I totally wish I was Aragorn. Run around, sword at my side. No. That is how you spell it. Uh, wow, check out this really old Coke bottle. I don't understand what the picture's supposed to be. It's just a Coke bottle with a fucking arrow on it. Oh, fuck. I know what it is now. God damn it. God damn it, I lost. I fucking lost. Ugh. Hate it. Hate it. All right. It's almost 10 o'clock. That means I've been streaming for almost 4 hours. So I'm gonna I'm gonna ref I'm gonna top off my drink, and I'll see all you lovely people Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Hopefully, hopefully I don't have that much to ramble about, but I probably will because you know my family's coming back. So that means I will be talking to my brain or the voice that has now taken up residence in my skull. You can't see it, but I'm looking around, making sure making sure my tinfoil on my windows is still there. I don't want them government types taking over my brain. So I will share the link. I did share the link tonight. I posted it on my Facebook. But thank you all very much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I hope you have a wonderful week until Wednesday. And if you don't come, I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Just saying. No.